Football is on the air from beautiful and historic Brown Field in Manchester, Iowa. It's the West Delaware Hawks and the Decorah Vikings. Good evening, everybody. Along with my partners, Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vaskey. And Aaron, last week the Hawks suffered their first loss of the season, and now they must win this game tonight in order to claim their first district title since the 2011 season.
And you hear, Jamie, a lot of football gurus and whatnot say you don't let one game beat you twice, and that's going to be the Hawks' mantra tonight is, flush that game against Independence from last week down and focus on a vastly improved Decorah football team who kind of started off a little rocky here in 2014, but have gotten better each game, and now they're positioning themselves with a win tonight to get into the playoffs.
Well, West Delaware enters tonight's game 7-1 overall, 4-1 in district play after that 10-0 loss to Independence last Friday night. Head coach Doug Winkowicz in his 11th season here at West Delaware. He's the all-time wins leader with a record of 85-30 in his time here at West Delaware. He's led the Hawks to 6 playoff appearances, 7 now with this season, and a runner-up finish in 2005. His assistant coaches are Corey Coates, Luke Imsland, Brad Wubina, Nate Lahr, Chad Osler, Matt Finn, Mark Becker, Bob Morris, John Warden, and Ryan King. The Hawks are guaranteed a playoff berth and will be district champions if they beat Decorah here tonight. Decorah, they need one of two combinations, a win with in a Charles City loss, which would eliminate Charles City, or a 12-point win here tonight with a Charles City win. That would leave Independence out tonight. So a lot riding on this game tonight and the game between Charles City and Waverly Shellrock tonight up in Waverly. Head coach for Decorah, Bill Post, he's in his 21st season at the helm for the Vikings, has a career record of 165-53. He has led the Vikings to 12 playoff appearances. His assistant coaches are Joel Rollinger, Pat Truin, Adam Riley, Jeff Friedoff, Jesse Hallwig, Steve Nestaby, and Scott Pierce. The West Delaware school history, 19 playoff appearances with a state title in 1991. Their playoff record is 23-18. Decorah, 22 playoff appearances. They are 42-17. The last time these two teams met was September 27th, 2013. Decorah winning that game 41-13 in Decorah. We mentioned West Delaware's state title back in 91. Our honorary captain this evening is Dave Jacobson, who was the coach here for West Delaware for 5 years, from 1990 to 94. He had a career record of 48-9 in his time here at West Delaware, good for third best in school history. Led that team to the state championship in 1991. After West Delaware, he spent time at Cedar Rapids, Jefferson, and North Scott. His career record, 102-39 in 14 seasons as a head coach in the state of Iowa. He credited, they asked him to make some comments. He credited Bob Murphy for his leadership here in the West Delaware program. Also, Larry Atwater, who's in attendance tonight. A big night here at Brown Field. We've got senior night going on tonight. West Delaware with 12 seniors on this year's squad. 12 seniors, and then we've also got the 100-year celebration taking place at halftime tonight, where all the former players were invited to come back here. Cheerleaders, coaches, anybody could come back here and be recognized at halftime, and there's huge supporting for that. This place is packed tonight. We've got 9.2 broadcasting the game tonight, but just an outstanding night here at West Delaware. Coach Larry Atwater is in the house tonight. We'll have some more on this. We'll have a story on KMCH next week about this, as we'll have some interviews from former players, coaches, next week on Sports on KMCH. We're ready to kick this thing off. We'll catch up with Bill Logan in just a little bit. The Hawks will kick off to the Vikings. It's a short kick. It's going to be picked up by the deep man from Decorah, and he's going to bring it out. He's got some room. Found a gap. He's got it at the 40. Crosses midfield to the West Delaware 40. Now he cuts back, and this is going to be Jake Hovden on the return, and he's finally going to be brought down at the West Delaware 28-yard line. While we get going here, Bill Logan on the sideline. Bill, Aaron said it, you can't let one loss beat you twice, and the Hawks have to come back here and play a solid game against Decorah tonight.
They'll have their hands full right off the bat here with that long kickoff, so defense has got to step up here right off the bat.
Well, the Vikings come set with that offset backfield, two backs in the backfield, and their quarterback is going to throw right off the bat here, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield back to the West Delaware 33-yard line. Quarterback for Decorah, is a junior, Cole Steffen. He's 5'11", 173 pounds. And this West Delaware defense lines up on him here. On the defensive side of the ball, we've got John Nagel, Colin Brown, Adam Newhouse, Kyle McGrain. Linebackers are Bennett Cole, Colin Weber, and Ryan Solomon. Your corners are Austin Bishop and Max Reinauer and Sam Maloney are your corners. They're going to hand off on the end around here are the Vikings. They got a man open. It's going to go down inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line for Decorah, and that is, try to read that number, I believe it's number 10. Carry the ball there.
Yep,
Colin Nimrod.
Yep.
On the carry for Decorah, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 here for the Vikings. 10:49 left to go, first quarter just underway here. Hawks and the Vikings. As Steffen comes set under center, 2 backs behind him, offset to the right. Steffen, quick pass, got a man out there, and it's dropped. Looking for the quick route there as he was looking to the outside to Brett LaRue. Max right now on the coverage, and it'll bring up 4th down and 7 here for Decorah.
Yeah, Jamie, and you and I talked about it before the game here tonight. The defense is going to have to step up again with Russell still out and a few injuries going on there. The defense is going to have to play well again tonight. And so far, first 3 plays for Decorah have only netted 3 yards, so hopefully they can get a stop here on 4th.
So 4th down here for the Vikings. Steffen comes set under center. Long count, he snaps it. Ball is off. He's going to throw too deep, and that's going to overshoot the intended receiver out there. Austin Bishop was great coverage out there on Nolan Heffern, the senior wide receiver, and the Vikings will turn it over on downs, and this West Delaware offense will take over under the direction of Brent Lammers. Back under center this week for the Hawks. Up front is Colin Weber, Adam Newhouse, Ryan Solomon, Austin Monahan, and Colin Brown. Your running back is Austin Bishop. Your receivers are Ryan Kelly. Dallin Putt's out tonight. John Nagel and Max Reinauer. The Hawks do a lot of, we're going to come set, pistol formation. The give is to Bishop right off the bat here. He's going to carry forward for a few before he's dropped down by that Viking defense. And on the stop for Decorah was Jacob Leaps, the senior linebacker for the Vikings. That's a gain of 4 there for Bishop. They're going to give to him again on 2nd and 6. He goes off the right side. He's going to punch through the hole, and he's going to be close to the first down. There's a penalty marker down from our far side judge over there. As we talked to Bill Logan just a little bit, we'll catch up with him throughout this game as he's doing our stats, as he always does here for us on Friday nights. We appreciate that. Every week Bill Logan's out there. We're going to have holding against the Hawks, so our first penalty of the game is going to be against the Hawks.
And that was one thing last week, Jamie, that we saw, which was kind of uncharacteristic of the Hawk offense, was some untimely penalties and whatnot. So, hopefully they can get it cleaned up here early on. It's only the first penalty early on in the game here, but you don't want these to be drive killers, and that's kind of what happened last week. So let's see if the Hawks can kind of bounce back here.
So it'll be 2nd down and 17 here for the Hawks as they will line up. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver split out each way for the Hawks. 1 man in the slot is Reinauer. Bishop is going to fake handoff from Lammers. Lammers looks to throw. He's going deep, looking down the sideline as he was looking for Owen Ward. And he overshoots Ward. Coverage on that by Brett LaRue. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 17. And Dave Jacobson, our honorary captain tonight, as you may have heard on the KMCH Sports today, we've got an interview with him that we will have at halftime. I was able to catch up with him earlier this week, kind of talk about what it meant to him to be an honorary captain and just go back with some memories from him about his time here at West Delaware. It was a good catching up with him, and you'll hear that entire interview here at halftime. 4 receivers to the left for the Hawks as Lammers looks to pass. He's going to throw it deep again. He's looking for Nagel down the sideline, looking for the big man. He's got it to the Decorah 30-yard line. It was great coverage, but if you throw it up to John Nagel, who stands out there at 6'6", it's easy to come down, and the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 at the Decorah 32-yard line. A great pass from Lammers, and a great catch by John Nagel.
Well, and Nolan Heffern, Jamie, is 6'1", 178. So that's in terms of high school, that's a big cornerback in college. So even even at 6'1", he's no match for John Nagel at 6'6". Great throw and great catch.
So the Hawks get out of a hole there. Lammers fakes a handoff to Bishop, and he's got some room. 15, 10, 5. Brett Lammers in from 32 yards out, and the Hawk touchdown to start this game off. 6-0 West Delaware. On a great run by Brent Lammers. Faked the handoff to Bishop and kept it himself and scampers in from 32 yards out, and the Hawks get on the board first. It's 6-0.
Well, if there was any question on how that ankle or how those ankles were doing, Jamie, for Brett Lammers, I think he answered it right there with the 32-yard touchdown run there. He looked pretty nimble there, so great job by Brent to get the Hawks going here in this first quarter, and pending the extra point, the Hawks are going to be up early here.
Alex Reitz on to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. West Delaware leads at 7-0 here with 9:24 left to go in this first quarter. We will take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Back here at Brown Field, if someone throws you a Tootsie Roll, you got to eat it, right? Welcome back in here to Brown Field as the Hawks lead at 7-0 over Decorah. With 9:24 left to go in this first quarter, the Hawks, a great drive to start that. They got themselves in a big hole on that third down and 17, excuse me. Lammers threw it up to Nagel, and on the next play, Lammers keeps it himself for the 32-yard touchdown, and the Hawks lead at 7-0 here.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, 4 plays, 74 yards, capped off by the Brent Lammers 32-yard touchdown run. Took 1 minute and 6 seconds off the clock. Hawks up 7-0, 9:24 to go here in this first quarter.
So McGrain will kick off here for the Hawks. Back to receive for the Vikings. This is going to be, is that Nimrod out there? Didn't get a number, but coming up to make the tackle for West Delaware is Owen Ward. And there was another Hawk in there. It was Matt McMahon. As that was Colin Nimrod on the return for the Vikings, and they bring it out to the 30-yard line, and that's where they will start 1st and 10. 9:16 remaining in this first quarter. The Hawks lead at 7-0. The Vikings come out, I formation, behind Cole Steffen. Again, a long set there at the line. The Hawks have to be careful of that tonight. They give us to the first man through the fullback, and he's dropped in the backfield. Coming up to make the stop there, Ryan Solomon. There was one more Hawk in there as well on that play. Drew Cole in there for the Hawks. Wrapped him up. That was Jacob Leaps on the carry for the Vikings. No gain on that play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Now one back, single back formation. 2 guys in the slot here for the Vikings as they go from our left to our right. They're going to give it up the middle again as the ball carrier that time was Leaps again, and Drew Cole once again on the stop for the Hawks as Drew Cole, one of the Hawks seniors here tonight. And 1 yard gain, maybe a half a yard on that play, is going to bring up 3rd down and 9 here for the Vikings. So again, this West Delaware defense playing outstanding here to start this game. The Vikings started their last drive at the West Delaware 26-yard line. The Hawks stopped him and made him go for it on 4th and down. They turned the ball over. Steffen will throw here. Under pressure, he rolls to his left. Got a man out there, but that's gonna fall incomplete as he was looking for Nimrod. Bennett Cole out there on the coverage for the Hawks. It'll bring up 4th down and 9, and the Vikings will punt it away here as again, the Hawks missing one of their big threats in this punt return game as Dallin Putz is on the sideline at street close tonight. Coy Russell back in attendance, so good to see him here tonight. I bet he's not missing listening to the radio tonight. I think he's much rather be here tonight as the Vikings will punt this one away. It'll be Hovden on the kicking duties. Excuse me, that's Leaps on the kicking duties. A short punt is going to be picked up by the Vikings at the West Delaware 47-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will take over 1st and 10. So the defense holds strong again. We'll see what this Hawk offense can do on their second drive of this ball game.
Yeah, and it's talked about the defense doing well. I think you and I in talking, our question was, how is this offense going to be? It was been 8 years since they got 6, 7, 8 years since they got shut out. While they come out right after first drive of the game for the Hawks, and they come out and score a touchdown. So that's got to kind of feel pretty good now. Hopefully this offense can keep it rolling.
Pistol formation, 3 receivers to the left for the Hawks as they go from our right to our left here. Lammers is going to hand off to Bishop. He's got it up the middle. He crosses midfield into Decorah territory, down to the 49-yard line, and it'll be a gain of 4 there for Bishop and bring up 2nd down and 6 as the Hawks have black pants, kind of a gray top with black numbers with orange trim. The Vikings in their red pants, white tops with blue numbers and red helmets. As it's going to be 2nd down and 6, the Hawks come back set. Kind of a pistol formation with another back next to Lammers here. That's Ridenauer. Bishop is the deep back here for the Hawks. The fake to Bishop. The Hawks will throw. Got a man on near the sideline. He overshoots him as he was looking for Ridenauer out there. Looked like he had a man open downfield. Missed the receiver. There's Trent Curley. Had a beat on his man, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 here for West Delaware. 7:14 left to go first quarter, and the Hawks lead at 7-0. We're going to keep you updated on as many of the other scores as we can tonight, especially in Class 3A District number 3, as 2 games tonight, the one here and the one in Waverly tonight, really have a big factor to do with these the way this district is going to line up. The Hawks and the Go Hawks are the only 2 teams guaranteed a playoff berth as the ball's fumbled. Lammers on the exchange with Bishop, and I'm not sure Brent really had a good grip on it when he got it, and Lammers is the Hawk who dives back in and picks this one up as it'll be 4th down and 6. There's no gain on that play for the Hawks. We'll see what the Hawks do here. Again, we've got games tonight. Independence, they are in a non-district game, so they are awaiting the winners of these games. Yep. So be interesting to see how this all shakes up here by the end of the night. We'll have updates of all those games as we get them. Of course, a big game up in Arlington tonight as Lammers steps back to punt away. We'll talk about that in a second. A beautiful punt is going to back the return man up to the 10-yard line, and it's going to be returned out there. This is Hovden, and he's going to bring up a good return out near the Hawk 35-yard line. Jake Hovden, again, a big return man. He returned that opening kickoff down to the West Delaware 26-yard line. He's finally run out of bounds out there as John Nagel is the one who brought him down, ran him out of bounds. But the Vikings will start with it here, 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
And good punt there by Brent, and it's almost one of those ones where he kind of maybe outkicked the coverage a little bit, and fortunately Nagel got down there. The big 6'6" wide receiver got down there and was able to shove him out of bounds before he could do any more damage. But
so the Vikings will start with it here, 1st and 10. I formation behind them. The give is to Hovden. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. Nice job by that West Delaware defense. As a few Hawks in on that stop right there as Drew Cole was in there. Also in on that stop for the Hawks was Colin Brown. As 6 minutes remain here in this first quarter, and it's 7-0 West Delaware here. No score halfway through the first quarter with Waverly and Charles City. We'll keep an eye on that game tonight as Waverly, Shell Rock, Charles City still scoreless halfway through that first quarter. Shotgun formation. He's going to drop, under center. He drops back to pass, and he hits a receiver across the middle as he's going to be brought down out there by Austin Bishop as he crosses midfield, as that was Eric Severson, the big tight end for the Vikings, as Severson, 6'3", 207-pound senior, makes a nice catch there, and the Vikings will have it in West Delaware territory as they have it 1st and 10 down at the West Delaware 47-yard line.
And just as I was about to say that Steffen's only attempted 46 passes, Jamie throws a beautiful ball right there to Severson and crosses into West Delaware territory.
The Vikings come set, I formation. Cole Steffen drops back to pass. He throws across the middle, and that ball's caught again. It's Severson, and he breaks free from the Hawk defenders, and he's going to go in for the West Delaware touchdown. 47-yard touchdown pass from Cole Steffen to Eric Severson. And that's going to be a touchdown for Decorah. It's 7-6 with 5:12 left to go in this first quarter.
And just great job there by Stefan of kind of threading the needle to Severson again. And no, I think that's the third target for Severson. He's caught 2 balls here, so the Hawks are going to have to make a few adjustments here and trying to avoid that from happening later on in the game. So
swinging gate, extra point attempt here by the Vikings, and their kicker, Andrew Sickink, puts it through, and it's tied up 7-7 here with 5:12 remaining in this first quarter. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back into Brown Field here, along with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker, Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan back with you here. And we mentioned that game up in Arlington tonight. Starmont hosting Edco. The winner goes to the playoffs. That game on KMCH.com right now, and it'll be played back after our game here tonight with John Swisher and Kevin Shookman. As a big game up at Starmont tonight, Aaron. And what better way could you want it than the winner goes to the playoffs?
Absolutely. It makes it, the stakes couldn't be any higher.
And this ball is going to go into the end zone as Curley watched it roll in. And it's going to be a touchback. The Hawks will start 1st and 10 at their own 20.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, by Decorah, 3 plays, 65 yards, took 1 minute and 11 seconds off the clock. Cole Stephan with the 47-yard touchdown pass to Eric Severson. Ties the game up at 7 here with 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Well, we talked about this district. Waverly, Shell Rock, and West Delaware both at 4-1. Charles City is 3-2. Independence is 4-2, and Decorah is 3-2. So I tell you what, I certainly hope it doesn't happen. But if Decorah beats West Delaware here tonight and Charles City beats Waverly Shell Rock, you'd have a 5-way tie at 4-2, and it would definitely get a little dicey here.
Yeah.
And as the Hawks run a play there, and we're going to get an illegal block in the back. Excuse me, that was on the kickoff. It's on the kickoff return yet. So they did not run a play while I had my back turned over here, but it's going to be 1st and 10 West Delaware, illegal block in the back on a ball that never got returned, and Coach Winkowicz talking to our officials there. But nonetheless, the Hawks will start 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Lammers comes set, pistol formation. Next to him is Max Ridenauer. They give us to Bishop. Ball's on the ground. And I think the Hawks got it. Back at the 10-yard line. Not what you like to see. You want to have a little progress and get some things going on 1st and 10. You use that running game to set up a better 2nd and 3rd down, but the ball got put on the ground there, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here for the Hawks at their own 10-yard line.
That's the second time we've seen that tonight, Jamie, where either a missed snap or the ball, just kind of slips out of Brent or Austin's hands. So hopefully they can get that rectified here too.
The Hawks are going to give to Bishop again off the right side. He pushes forward. He's going to bring it out to about the 14-yard line. Be a gain of 4 there for the Hawks. Of course, looking at these districts, Aaron, we're looking at 8, possibly 9 area teams getting into the playoffs here. As Independence could possibly get in. Western Dubuque, I believe they are in tonight. I know they got a very winnable game tonight against Central DeWitt, which would definitely put them in, as we'll talk about that in a bit, as the Hawks come set on 3rd down and 6. As the throw is out to Owen Ward, he's got it at the 25, 26-yard line, where he's going to be brought down, and that's going to be good for a West Delaware 1st down. Nice catch there by Owen Ward. He picks up the Hawk 1st down. Beckman, they're in the mix. They're all 4-1 in that district number 3 in Class 2A. Anamosa, Monticello. Anamosa's in. Monticello could get in with a win tonight, as Lammers is going to hand off to Bishop here. He's up the middle. He's going to carry forward up to about the 28-yard line. That'd be a gain of about 2 or 3 there. With 3:45 remaining here in this first quarter, the Hawks and Vikings tied at 7. Then you look at Class A, Maquoketa Valley's in, North Lynn's in, Starmont and Edco, they're playing for that spot, that 4th spot here tonight. 2nd down and 7 here for the Hawks. Lammers fakes the give to Bishop. He's going to cut back, keep it himself. He's going to run forward as he's going to bring it out to about the 32-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 3 yards there. And he'll bring up 3rd down and 4, 3rd and 5 here for the Hawks, with 3:14 left to go in this first quarter.
Once again, the direct snap back to Brent, and he kind of bobbled it there a little bit. And it, even the slightest bobble, Jamie, it kind of throws off the timing of the play, and it looked like they had a play ready to go, and Brent didn't get the ball clean, and had to just kind of take it himself. So hopefully the Hawks can pick up this big third down.
Lammers comes set. He's going to throw. Got a man. It's tipped. Had a man out there as he was looking for Ridenauer, and it's tipped at the line out there. As coming up, making that deflection was Andrew Sicking, excuse me. And it'll bring up 4th down and 5 here for the Hawks. It looks like they're bringing out the punt team. Don't forget, tune into KMCH tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. to hear what all of the area coaches have to say about tonight's game. Could be some very happy coaches tomorrow if we get these teams into the playoffs. But again, tomorrow morning at 9 on the Coach's Corner with Kevin Shookman. Lammers' punt is going to be taken by Hovden at about his own 27-yard line. He's going to be wrapped up. Then he gets away. Finally going to be brought down as the first Hawk in there was Ridenauer. And Ryan Kelly and Owen Ward come in to finish him off. And the Vikings will start with it here. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line with 2:39 left to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, good punt there by Brent. Good coverage on the punt return. They didn't let Hovden get around the corner this time and turn it upfield. Good job there by that Hawks special teams of stopping him right there for a minimal gain and pushing Decorah back into their own territory here with 2:39 to go in this first quarter.
Jake Hovden, coming into tonight, has only returned 5 punts for 61 yards. He's great on kickoff returns. He's got 8 for 166 yards and a 20.8 return average as they're going to pitch out to the right side. This is Sicking, and he's going to be brought down. Nice job there by Sam Maloney as he wrapped up the ball carriers. That was Sicking again, and a nice stop there. Sam Maloney comes over, grabs him by the jersey, and brings him down. A nice job by Maloney. A gain of 1 is going to bring up 2nd down and 9.
He did. Yeah, you're right, Jamie. Sam did a great job of coming from the backside, just chasing him down and dropping him for the 1-yard gain. So, just a great individual effort there by Sam.
As the Vikings come set again, Steffen under center. See if they go back to that passing game that was successful their last trip on offense. As they're going to give up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up as the ball carrier. I believe that was Hovden. A whole bunch of Hawks in on there. Adam Newhouse in on the stop. Colin Weber in there as well. That was Zach Lee, the ball carrier for the Vikings. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 upcoming for Decorah from their own 33-yard line. 1:30 left to go in this first quarter as the Vikings come set. They've got 2 backs again behind Steffen. As he's going to drop back to pass, he looks out to his left. Now he throws out downfield, and he's going to overshoot the intended receiver. As, of course, looking for his big man out there, Eric Severson. That pass falls incomplete. Sam Maloney on the coverage. He'll bring up 4th and 5 here for the Vikings as they will bring out their punt team with 1:18 left to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, and the Hawks brought a little heat there, Jamie, up the middle. Brought an extra defender up and got some pressure on Steffen, and that's what you're going to have to do, especially Severson has proven in this first quarter that he's capable of taking anything the distance. So great job there by that Hawk defense. Get the ball back here and hopefully get some good field position. So
Ridenauer deep to receive the punt here from Leaps. Jacob Leaps will punt this one away. Spiraling kick is going to hit at the 35. Ridenauer is going to pick it up at his own 25. He gets to the outside, brings it up to the 30, tripped up at the 35, down to the 37-yard line. Nice return there by Max Ridenauer. And the Hawks will start 1st and 10. Don't forget, if you're listening at home and you played football at West Delaware, you were a cheerleader at West Delaware, you were a coach at West Delaware, there's still time to get up here for this 100 years of West Delaware football celebration as those people will be brought out. They will come onto the field at halftime of this game here tonight, and they're going to line them up by decade. So come out. There's still time to get out here. There is a lot of people here for this event, and the stands are packed. The fence lines are packed. It's just a great night of football here at Brown Field. A lot of support for these people as the former Hawks come out to support the 6th-ranked West Delaware Hawks. They were ranked 2nd last week, dropped down to 6th. The fake here to Bishop. Lammers keeps it himself. He's got it at midfield, crosses midfield to the 40, and he's going to have it down into Decorah territory at the Decorah 30-yard line as he's finally going to be run out of bounds out there by the Vikings, Garrett Weiss, but not before a huge gain as Brent Lammers carries across midfield down to the Decorah 30-yard line. That's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10 with 56 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
Brent did a great job there, Jamie. He saw the hole on the left side, and he just took it And he did a great job of planting that right foot and breaking it to the near side here and picking up an extra 20 yards.
So Lammers will come set. The give is to Bishop. He follows his lineman. He's tripped up. As he was tripped up near the line of scrimmage, as he tripped on the foot of Corey Anderson, the defensive lineman. And Coach Winkowicz looking at our official, saying he tripped him, and he did. Yeah. That's how Bishop, he was following a blocker. No one was around him. He tripped on the foot of Anderson, but it's going to bring up 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard gain by Bishop. 30 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. The Hawks have it at the Decorah 27-yard line. Pistol formation for West Delaware. Lammers straight drop, looks to pass, got a man out there, and this is going to be Curley, and he's going to be run out of bounds by Nimrod, and that's going to be good for a West Delaware first down as he's run out of bounds at the Decorah 15-yard line. So 1st and 10 West Delaware at the Viking 15, 18 seconds remain, and they went out of bounds, so the Hawks will have one or two more plays here.
Really
in
like
this
that
first quarter.
I really like that play, Jamie. Brent was throwing it before Trent had even turned around, and just a great throw, and then Trent did a great job of turning it upfield.
The Hawks, kind of a high snap. They give us to Bishop. He's fighting forward, down to trying to get back to about the 15-yard line. He crosses down inside the 15 to about the 14. 7 seconds remaining, and that should do it for our first quarter. The Hawks and Vikings tied at 7 as we go to quarter number 2. Right here on Brown Field, and you are listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Back here at Brown Field, senior night, 100 years of West Delaware football, and week number 9 of the 2014 Iowa high school football season. And senior night, we mentioned that. 12 seniors on this Hawk roster. We'll go through these again, but Alex Reitz, Austin Bishop, Ryan Kelly, Nick LaRosa, Trent Curley, Brent Lammers, Dallin Putz, Austin Monahan, Austin Sabalka, Drew Cole, Ryan Solomon, and Adam Newhouse. I tell you what, Aaron, some of these guys were playing when they were sophomores, and it's definitely hard to believe that they're seniors already, especially watching these young guys come up through the program, and now all of a sudden they're seniors, and they're playing here for a chance at a district title, as they are tied with Decorah right now, 7-7. 2nd down and 8 upcoming for the Hawks at the Decorah 14-yard line. Just about to have our first play of this second quarter, as Brent Lammers will come set in the pistol formation. As he's got a receiver out to his left, a couple to his right. The give is to Bishop. He kind of bobbles that handoff again, as that's something you mentioned. We got to get that cleaned up, because something bad is going to happen out of that when you can't have the clean exchange. Bishop's going to pick up a couple, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 here for the Hawks, down to the Decorah 12.
Well, a lot of what West Delaware does offensively, Jamie, it's based on timing. It's based on, all of the running back and the quarterback being in sync, and those high snaps, whatever, kind of throws it all off.
And this is going to be Brent Lammers, the fake to Bishop, and he's going to take it in from 12 yards out, and the Hawks lead it 13-7 here with 11:23 left to go in this first quarter. A great run there by Brent Lammers.
Yeah, Brent just did a great job, of following his blocks, and then when the hole opened up, he just did a great job of scampering on in for the touchdown, put the Hawks up now 13-7 here early in the second quarter.
And Alex Reitz, one of the Hawks seniors, on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Owen Ward. And the kick is good. West Delaware leads it 14-7 here. 11:23 left to go in this first half. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back into Brown Field, along with Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan. This is Jamie Vasky. Got a couple score updates for you. Beckman leading Center Point Urbana 14-0. With 2:54 left to go in the first quarter. And also in the first quarter, Cascade leading Anamosa 14-0. As our honorary captain has joined us here in the booth. We'll hear from him at halftime. Coach Dave Jacobson along with us up here in the booth tonight. Is great honor for him. Great to have him back here at Brown Field as West Delaware leads it 14-7. 11:23 left to go in the second quarter. As kicking off for the Hawks is going to be Kyle McGrain. And he's going to kick this ball away, and it's going to be Hovden, and he tried to pick that one up off the hop, and it's going to have to retreat to his own 5-yard line to pick this thing up, and he's going to be dropped inside the 10. Back at the Decorah 8-yard line. A great job by that Hawk kickoff team to get down there and drop Hovden inside his own 10-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will start with it, 1st and 10.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, by the West Delaware Hawks, 6 plays, 63 yards, took 1 minute and 42 seconds off the clock. Brett Lammers with a 12-yard touchdown run, his second of the night, puts the Hawks up now 14-7 with 11:15 to go in the second quarter.
So the Vikings will come out here with an I formation set. Cole Steffen under center. They're going to give to the second man through. This is Hovden, and he's wrapped up immediately after taking that handoff, coming up and making the stop. Drew Cole helped finish him off, but it was Colin Brown in there on the stop for the Hawks. And it's a loss of 1 on that play, bring up 2nd down and 11.
No, quick hitter. We've seen Decorah run that quick hitter, Jamie, 3 or 4 times now, and the Hawks have that sniffed out. They recognize it, and they've just done a great job of stopping that. And so Decorah in kind of a tough situation here, back at their own 8, 2nd and 11.
As we have another score update here, as we'll get back to that, as the Vikings are going to hand off up the middle. As this was Hovden on the carry for Decorah, as he's brought down out there by Bennett Cole. And that Hawk linebacker there, 10:20 left to go. Got a score. Edco leading Starmont 28-13 at halftime. So the Edco Vikings looking to punch their ticket to the playoffs. 9 minutes left in the first half between Waverly Shell Rock and Charles City. Still no score, as we'll have another. We'll take a look at that update here in a second, as it's 3rd down and 7 here for the Vikings. Steffen looks to pass, throws downfield, overshoots everybody. Definitely overshot his intended receiver, but Bishop and Maloney were there, just about had the pick. Waverly Shell Rock just held Charles City from scoring when it was 1st and goal at the Waverly Shell Rock 3-yard line. So a big stand by that Waverly Shell Rock defense there. Keeps that game 0-0 in the second quarter, as the Vikings will punt it away here after that incomplete pass. It's 4th and 7, 9:56 left to go in this second quarter, and the Hawks again leading 14-7. And they will get the ball back here as Ridenour awaits the punt. He's going to let it go, as one of the Decorah Vikings just about touched it. As coming up there was Gabriel Varney, but he's going to pick it up as that ball rolls all the way back to the West Delaware 46-yard line.
Good opportunity here, Jamie, for this West Delaware Hawk offense to, great field position on their own 46 after a nice defensive stand. Sure would be nice here for the Hawks to put another touchdown on the board and give themselves a little separation here from Decorah, who, really offensively, aside from a couple big passing plays, really haven't been able to do anything on the ground. They've done most of their stuff through the air, so hopefully the Hawks can keep this offense rolling here and get another touchdown. 3
receivers to the left for the Hawks on our far side of the field. 1 here on the near side of the field as Lammers comes set. Shotgun formation. The give is to Bishop. He gets to the outside. He's going to try to run backwards. Tried to get to that outside. Had to go back a little bit. He's going to be dropped back at about the 40. See where they mark this ball down. They're going to give him his forward progress at the 44-yard line, so a loss of 2. Loss of 2 there will make it 2nd down and 12 here for the Hawks. 9:21 remaining in this first half. There's again a lot to talk about here tonight, as just a great event here for this ball game here tonight between the Hawks and the Vikings. Even the Decorah side is pretty well filled up tonight as Lammers looks to pass. Had a man out there and hit him right in the hands as Trent Curley couldn't hold on to that one. And Lammers threw a fastball in there, but I tell you what, fell incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 12. We're going to catch up with Bob Morris as his freshman team finished their season off tonight. A tough one tonight, 49-6. They lost that game to finish their season at 2-6, but the West Delaware sophomores, they were 2-7 last year as freshmen. They won 28-10 last night in Decorah and finished the year at 7-2. Lammers looks to pass on 3rd and 12. Now he's going to scramble, rolls to his right. Somebody's got to get open downfield. He finally throws it away. And Nagel's going to catch this ball. What a catch by John Nagel, as it looked like Lammers threw it out of bounds. Nagel stood with it. He looked down. He had time. That ball was floated. He had time to look down to make sure his feet were in bounds, and he just waited and reached out of bounds and made that catch. 1st and 10 Hawks as they have it down to the 32-yard line of Decorah.
Well, a great catch there by Nagel, but let's give Brent some credit there, too. He did a great job of escaping, and he threw it, and I thought he was throwing it out of bounds, too. In the sidelines, I think, kind of took a step back. John Nagel smartly watched his feet and watched the ball and caught it.
They give us to Bishop. He's going to carry it near the 30-yard line. I tell you what, if Bill Logan was standing down there, he might have pulled a Steve Bartman and went out and tried to catch that ball. I thought he had something to say.
Yeah, that was a curveball he threw because it was way out of bounds, and Nagel just stood there and came right back to him. That was a great catch.
So a gain of 1 there by Bishop brings up 2nd down and 9. This is Ridenauer, and he slips up and then gets leveled out there by Keegan Lilifield, Lilifield on the stop there, a 1-yard loss as the Hawks went to the Wildcat offense there. And Ridenauer took that snap, and he took a couple steps forward. He slipped, and Lilifield just came up and put a big hit on him. And I think the Hawks are going to call a timeout here with 7:48 left to go. It's 3rd and 10. They lead it 14-7. We're going to take a break as well. We'll come right back to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. And we're back here at Brown Field as the Hawks just out of the timeout here. It's 3rd down and 10. They lead it 14-7 over Decorah. 7:48 left to go in this second quarter. Pistol formation here for the Hawks. Lammers deep for the Hawks. 3 receivers to his left, 1 here to his right. He throws to Curley, and that ball is going to be deflected. Thought maybe there was some contact there before that pass was thrown, but Curley was the intended receiver, and that pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 10 here for the Hawks. Western Dubuque leading DeWitt Central 21-0 with 4 minutes left to go in the first half of that game. So I appreciate everybody sending us texts. Janelle doing some homework back there at the station. John Swisher, we've got guys all over. We got Scott Whirling in Cascade tonight, or are they in Anamosa? They're at Cascade tonight. Dan McClain covering that Beckman game for us tonight in Dyersville as Lammers looks to pass on 4th and 10. He's going to be sacked back at the 46-yard line. We'll see where they mark it down as forward progress. They're going to call it at the 44-yard line. There is a penalty marker down. It's now 28-0. Western Dubuque leads that game. As we've got a penalty marker here, it's going to be holding against the Hawks. The Vikings will more than likely decline that penalty, and they will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Lot coming up your way next week on KMCH, as we will have volleyball most of next week for you. Monday night, Class 4A Region 6 quarterfinal. Western Dubuque is at Decorah with John Swisher. That's a 7 o'clock first serve there up in Decorah. John Swisher will have the call on that one. The winner of that game will play Thursday night against West Delaware. That one will be here on KMCH with John Swisher and Joan Salo starting at 7 o'clock as the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10 as they're going to pitch out to Hovden out to the right side. He's got some room down the sideline. Now he gets the corner turn. He's going to pick up the 1st down. He's going to be run out of bounds by Austin Bishop. Of course, Wednesday night we'll have playoff football for you here on KMCH. The Hawks will be playing somewhere. We're not sure where. That'll come out tonight as West Delaware in the playoffs. We'll have, like we said, we could have a possibility of 8 or 9 area teams. Yeah. So we'll have the West Delaware game. We'll have an area game as well for you that night. It's 1st and 10 for Decorah as they have it down to the West Delaware 44-yard line. Steffen under center. He's going to fake the handoff. Now he's going to throwing downfield. Got a man out there. It's Hovden. He's got it inside the West Delaware 25 down to about the 23, 24-yard line as where he's going to be brought down, and it'll be 1st and 10 again for Decorah. Then Friday night, next week, Class 2A semifinals if Starmont or North Lynn win in Delhi with 7 o'clock tip their first serve with John and Joan. That's at 7 o'clock. So a full week. You can check out that schedule on KMCH.com or tune in to KMCH next week for all those schedules. The Vikings are going to hand off up the middle as they're going to give it to the first man through. This is going to be Leaps. Leaps on the carry for the Vikings as he's going to carry it down inside the West Delaware 20 to the 19. Kyle McGrain on the stop for West Delaware. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and the Hawks lead it 14-7. Talked about the volleyball team. We'll get to the cross-country results from last night here in just a minute as Stefan looks to pass on second down. It's going to be caught, a one-handed catch on the far sideline by Hovden as Ryan Solomon's going to run him out of bounds. A short game, but a nice catch out there by Hovden. And it'll bring up third down here for the Vikings.
Yeah, it was a great play by Solomon. Hovden made a great individual effort in terms of catching the ball one-handed, but Solomon was right there to shove him out of bounds before he could turn it upfield.
So we talked about West Delaware. They're awaiting the winner of Western Dubuque and Decorah in volleyball. That'll be on Thursday, and then the winner of that one will play in Cascade. As they're going to give up the middle, this is going to be Hovden, and he's going to carry forward for one or two before he's brought down. UFO sighting here in Manchester tonight. As they'll play the following Tuesday at Cascade. As last night we had the regional cross-country meets here in Manchester out at Hartridge, the boys and girls. The West Delaware boys, they finished 10th. As we've got a timeout by Decorah with 5:58 left to go in the second quarter. We'll keep it right here. The West Delaware boys cross-country team finished in 10th place, did not qualify for the state meet. None of their individuals qualified for that state meet as well, as Logan Riley was the top finisher in 44th place with a time of 18:15. Brady Carroll was in 51st. He's a freshman with a time of 18:29. Christian Schneiders, the junior, 55th with 18:40. Noah Crumpton, 56th with 18:43. Ty Cassett, 61st with 18:58. Jacob Vandermeer, the junior, in 70th with 19:38. And senior Harrison Getsko finished in 76th place with a time of 20:04. The girls, West Delaware girls finished in 8th place in that regional out at Hartridge last night. That did not qualify for the state meet. Top performers for the Hawks, Jana Utter, the junior, finished in 19th with 16:13. Caitlin Paul's in 24th. She's a senior with a time of 16:20. Hannah Gaffney, 45th with a 17:13. Ellen Mattice, 50th place with a time of 17:22. Macy Klein, 60th with a time of 17:54. 62nd was Addison Schrader with a time of 18:09. And in 63rd was Morgan Ungs with a time of 18:13. None of the girls qualified for the state meet as well. So I tell you what, there's room for improvement there, and a lot of young talent on those two cross-country teams. So best of luck to them next season. 4th down and 2, the Vikings are going to go for it. Stefan under center, quick snap. He's going to take it up the middle. It's going to be close. I think he might have got it, as they needed to get to the West Delaware 14-yard line, and I think he might have pushed forward just enough. See what they're going to do here is they are going to measure it, and that's what we got our man on the sideline for. So they needed to get to the 14th, Bill, or the 14. First down, West Delaware, he's saying
short.
By how much? Well, I couldn't see your paper flop, so I'm not sure. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Well, whew. And I don't think the West Delaware coaching staff agrees with the spot of that ball or the measurement. As Bill Logan was right there, he saw it, and usually when he tells us something, he's right, but not sure what happened there, but it's going to be 1st and 10, Decorah at the West Delaware 14-yard line.
Just a straight quarterback keeper. He just dove ahead for 2 yards and got the first.
So Stefan will come set, I formation behind him. And they're going to pitch out to Hovden off the left side. He's trying to get to the outside. Almost tripped up out there, but he's finally going to be brought down as Curley came up to make a stop, and Sam Maloney finishes him off out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, Jamie, I've been watching the last 2 times they've done that pitch back. Jacob Leaps, their fullback, has been just blowing up the West Delaware end here, just to open that play up. So great job there. I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but Leafs has laid a couple hammers down on a couple of the West Delaware defenders here.
So the Vikings come set, I formation. They're going to give to the first man through. This is Leafs. And he's going to be wrapped up immediately out there. As coming up to make the stop for the Hawks was Drew Cole. As that's going to be a loss there, and it'll be 3rd down and 11 here for the Vikings back at the West Delaware 15-yard line.
Big play here late in the second quarter, Jamie. This is, you'd like to think that if the Hawks can get a stop here, force Decorah into a possible field goal situation here.
3rd and 11, 2 backs offset to the left behind Stefan. He's going to drop back to throw. He looks across, got a man out there, and it's going to be caught short of the first down. There's a penalty marker on the field as Bishop was on the coverage. The pass was completed to Brett LaRue, but again, a penalty marker down on the field.
Might be pass interference, it looks like. Yep.
It's going to be pass interference against the Hawks. Let's see what the Vikings are going to do with that. So we'll keep giving you those scores as we get them. We do have an updated score from Waverly tonight. Charles City leading Waverly Shell Rock 6-0 with 3 minutes left to go in the first half. So the Comets with a touchdown. I remember their kicking game wasn't real great.
Correct.
When we played them, and I know there was a lot of talk when we were up there about their kicking game, but 6-0, they lead it with a few minutes left to go in that first half. It's first and goal here for the Vikings at the West Delaware 3 to give us to Hovden up the middle. He's going to fight forward, and he's going to be short of the goal line. As coming up to make that stop, I see Max Ridenauer was in, got a hand on him. As there's 4:15 left to go in the second quarter. The Hawks lead it 14-7.
Boy, if this isn't a patented Decorah drive here, Jamie, this will be the 11th play that they're running on this drive, and they started the drive on their own 44-yard line, so it's not like they were going the whole length of the field.
As Stefan comes set, they're going to give to Leaps up the middle, and he pushes forward in for the Viking touchdown. So that'll make it 14-13 here with 3:55 remaining in this second quarter. As again, we told you some of those scores from earlier. Western Dubuque leading 28-0. Get some more of them other scores for you here real quickly. Halftime, Edco leading Starmont 28-13 as the Vikings come on with their swinging gate. Cascade was leading Anamosa 14-0 with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And Beckman was leading 28-0. Again, that one was right before halftime. And the kick, extra point by Sickink is good, and it's tied up 14-14. With that, we'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware Football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back to Brown Field. Another score update as Beckman. It's 21-7. 21-7, Beckman leading with 7:52 left to go in the first half, as this kick is going to be into the end zone taken by Ridenauer. It'll be a touchback. Cascade leading Anamosa with 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. As we got some more here up on the scoreboard here, as Cascade again leading that game there against Anamosa.
And that last touchdown drive, Jamie, by Decorah, 11 plays, 56 yards, took 3 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. Jacob Leaps with the 1-yard touchdown run, ties the game up here, 14-14 with 3:55 to go here in the second quarter. Hawks have the ball on their own 20.
And they will come set here, 1st and 10. Lammers is going to roll out to the right. He's going to keep it himself, a quarterback keep. He's going to bring it out. He's got it nearing the 30-yard line. That'll be a nice gain there by Brent Lammers, about a gain of 9. Might be about a yard short of the first down, depending on that spot. It is going to be just short. 2nd down and 1 upcoming for the Hawks. A nice run there by Brent Lammers.
Yeah, and Brett just did a good job following his blocks, and then he hit a cutback lane and cut it back towards the far side and picked up 9 here. So a very second and short, manageable 2nd and short here for the Hawks.
The give is up. Lammers, a fake reverse. Lammers is going to throw. He's got right now at the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15. He's going to be dropped down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Max Ridenauer. They faked the first handoff, they faked the reverse, and Lammers dropped back to pass. They fooled me as he's going to hit Ridenauer down the near sideline, and that's going to go for a big gain. The Hawks will have it 1st and 10 at the Decorah 13-yard line.
And Brent had Max open by about 3 yards down the near sideline here, and I didn't see Max. I saw John Nagel floating down the middle of the field wide open, and I was thinking he was going to go to John Nagel, but beautiful vision there by Brent Lammers of finding Max down the sideline, hit him with a beautiful pass, and Max did the rest, and Hawks are in business now late in the 2nd quarter.
Lammers comes set, the fake to Bishop. Now he's going to run out to the right. He's going to have to tuck it in as he's going to be dropped for a short loss there, as it'll bring up 2nd down and about 11 maybe for the Hawks as Lammers keeps it himself. The Hawks tied up here, 14-14, 2:40 left to go in this first half.
That's kind of been the Hawks' MO here in this first half, Jamie, on offense, is these big plays, getting them down deep and then punching them in. So Hawks are in the red zone here, right where they want to be with the first half winding down here. So hopefully they can capitalize and retake this lead.
So a short loss there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Lammers comes set, fakes a handoff to Bishop. Now he keeps it himself, gets to the outside again, has it near the 10. Should be where they stop his forward progress. They're going to give it to him at the 11. So a gain of about 3 yards there for Lammers. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8 here with just under 2 minutes left to go in this 2nd quarter. So Coach Winkowicz calling in the play here from the sideline.
Good time to use that big wide receiver, John Nagel, maybe.
Lammers is going to fake the handoff, throws down the middle into the end zone. It falls incomplete as he was looking for Nagel. On the coverage there for the Vikings was Brett LaRue. There's a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. The far side of the field, we'll see what this is, as it's going to be illegal procedure against the Hawks. So we'll see if the Vikings accept that one or they make it 4th down. They're going to accept that and bring up 3rd down. I think the coaching staff here at West Delaware, they want to know what they did. That's going to be declined.
Because it makes it 4th down. So
4th down, either way, the Hawks are either going to be facing one play to get in or 2.
Yeah.
You'd rather give them the 1. 1:36 left to go here, and it's 4th down and 9 here for the Hawks. They have it at the Decorah 12-yard line. Like to see some points here.
Yeah, this could be huge. Yep, this is a big play, even though we're still in the first half, and this is a big play.
The Hawks will take a timeout with 1:36 remaining here in this first half. We will take a break as well and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Back here at Brown Field, and now my people giving me the score updates. My updaters are using big words. Tremendous 80-yard scoring drive to end the first half for Waverly Shellrock, and they lead at 7-6 at halftime. Lammers looks to throw. He's going to throw to the end zone looking for Curley. He's going to come down with it, and the Hawk touchdown. Trent Curley from Brent Lammers, 12 yards out, and that's a Hawk touchdown, 20-14 with 1:30 remaining in this first half. What a play. What a catch by Trent Curley, not just to go up and catch that ball, but to come down with it inbounds.
Yeah, beautiful throw, too, by Brent Lammers. He lofted it up. The only person that was going to catch that ball was Trent Curley. He's kind of dragging him out of bounds, but Trent did a good job of going up, getting the 1 foot down, and giving the Hawks the lead here late in the 2nd quarter.
Now Alex Reitz on to attempt the extra point to make it 21-14. Out of the hole to Owen Ward. Ryan Solomon the snap, and that kick, I think, did it get through? It did. 21-7. 1:30 left to go in this first half. The Hawks lead it 21-14. We will take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Back here at Brown Field, the Hawks leading 21-14. Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Plain, and Bill Logan back with you here. Some heavy fog in Waverly Shell Rock tonight, as apparently my spotter up there, my insight up there, are one of our salesmen out at Don and Walt. Mark Schlomer is giving us updates there, listening to it on the radio at home, said very foggy up there, that their announcers cannot see the visitors' sideline anymore because it's so foggy. So hopefully that stays away from here, because I have a hard enough time. Bill has a hard enough time seeing when it's clear out, but I'd hate to see him if it got foggy here, as McGrain's kick is going to be taken by Hovden at his own 15-yard line. He's going to wait for some blockers. Now he's going to kick it in, and he's going to be brought down out there. Coming up, Alex Reitz to make the stop. One of the Hawks came up with it, as that was Bennett Cole, but it was after he was already down. A nice scoring drive there by the West Delaware Hawks.
That's right, Jamie. The Hawks scoring drive, 6 plays, 80 yards, took 2 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. Brett Lammers to Trent Curley for the 12-yard touchdown pass on 4th down, puts the Hawks up now 21-14 with 1:23 to go in the first half.
As the Vikings will come set, as they're going to give to the first man through, and that's going to be the fullback Leaps, and he's going to be wrapped up immediately. Drew Cole coming up to make the stop, and that was not Leaps. That was Garrett Weiss, the junior fullback for the Vikings. A short gain there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So the Hawks defense like to see one more good stop here, as the Hawks will get the ball back in the second half. See if they can stop them here, as they're nearing a minute left to go in this first half. They give us to Hovden, Bennett Cole. They're both in on so many tackles, it's hard to decipher the two, as Bennett is going to come up and make this stop after a gain of about 3 or 4 there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 here for the Vikings, with 33 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and the Hawks leading 21-14.
And you got a kind of interesting decision here too. If the Hawks can, if Decorah would run the ball and the Hawks stop them, you're going to have about a few seconds to go here, and the Hawks do have 1 timeout left. So, it could be a potential to make Decorah punt the ball here.
As Steffen will throw, he's going to throw it deep. It's a wobbly pass, and it's going to come back, and the receiver tried to come back for it as he was looking for Nimrod. Max Ridenauer in on the coverage for the Hawks, and that'll bring up 4th down and 6 with 8 seconds remaining in this first half. Now would be a good time for Max Ridenauer to show us what he's got at the punt return position, try to make this a 14-point ball game right before halftime. Again, halftime coming up. It's going to be an exciting one, as we're going to have our 100-year celebration, as they're going to line everybody up that ever played, cheerleaded, or coached here at West Delaware here at halftime. We'll talk to Bob Morris, and then a full interview with former head coach Dave Jacobson, our honorary captain. Almost blocked, and here comes the penalty flag, as this ball is going to go out of bounds at the 20, as the Hawks nearly blocked that ball, and they ran into Leaps, and he goes down. And we'll see what that's going to be, roughing the kicker against the Hawks. Maquoketa Valley with a huge lead over Postville tonight. It's halftime. They lead at 61-20 at halftime over Postville. Again, the Wildcats hosting Postville tonight. As we'll see what this... It is going to be roughing the punter. So you cannot end... Right. You cannot end a quarter on a penalty, so they'll mark this thing off, and the Vikings will get one more play as the clock reads 0, and they're going to place this ball at the Decorah. See where they're going to mark it. They're going to put it at the Viking 45-yard line. So one more play here to end the second half. The Hawks send back their coverage team as everybody's back. They've got four guys on the line. The linebackers are sitting right now, they're 10 yards off the ball, and the cornerbacks are about 25, 30 yards off the ball. So the Hawks coming in with a prevent defense here, as the Vikings will come set on 1st and 10 with one play remaining in this first half. And Steffen will pass. He's going to roll out as he's under pressure, throws downfield, got a man wide open, and it's near the sideline, and this is going to be LaRue, and he's going to be run out of bounds, and that is how our first half will come to an end. Another penalty marker on the field. It's going to be holding against the Vikings. The Hawks will decline it, and that will do it for our first half. 21-14, West Delaware leads it. We'll catch up with Bob Morris at halftime and then talk full interview with me and Dave Jacobson. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Back here at halftime, West Delaware leading Decorah 21-14. So we're going to get our band performance before our 100-year celebration. But joining me right now is West Delaware freshman football coach Bob Morris. After a tough loss tonight, 49-6, just a tough game there for you guys tonight as you finish your season off here tonight, a record of 2-6. But I tell you what, watching your team from the beginning of the season, I look back at week number 1, watching them over at Western Dubuque, and then coming over here against Maquoketa. I tell you what an improved team. I know the record doesn't show that, but some of the things that they were doing early in the season, they were not doing late in the season, and you just gotta love that improvement throughout the season.
Well, we certainly do. It's all part of a process, and continue to work with the kids and move them on through so they can play in games like this tonight, as we're all excited to watch and get the final of that. But the score didn't really show it tonight, and a little bit overmatched. They certainly had some size out there, and but we'll catch up to those guys. And I think that the kids generally understood what we wanted on both sides of the ball, and we just got to get a little quicker and a little stronger, and those things all come with the weight room and our track program, and those different things will certainly help our kids.
That certainly does, and that's your guys' jobs as freshman football coaches. Your main goal, it's not all about the wins and losses. It's bringing these kids along, teaching them this system that they're going to be running in 2 years when they're juniors and seniors. That's what it's all about. I mean, you just see that progress. You had a team last year that was 2-7. They finished 7-2 this year. And that's the next step, and that's what these kids have to look forward to next year.
Absolutely, Jamie. We've had groups that have come in a little more mature and weight room savvy right away, and we've won games early. But it's all about what happens at with their juniors and senior years and those wins. And congratulations to Coach Finn and Coach Becker with the sophomores. Thought they really did a nice job of just finding the guys that recommitted and just kept kind of building off what we started. And they got better and more mature and did an excellent job and had a great year. As far as us tonight, a couple things. There's Jeff Phillips started out, has been doing a great job for us. He's homesick tonight, and we just found that out right before the game. Had high fever, so we had some guys step in. Jared Helly did a nice job running the ball there, and we got a lot of guys that played a lot of football, didn't play a lot last year, that they're going to mature and get better and commit to the things we want to do. And I really think once we get these two groups, we've talked about that, we're going to have a lot of success there.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, next year you get a group coming in, a new group. I believe they've not lost in 7th and 8th grade. They had a tie last year. They went undefeated this year. So another new group next year to deal with, and another one to just start molding into this West Delaware football system.
Yeah, Coach Rudd and Coach Helly talked to them a little bit about their personnel. Was able to watch them. They had a late game the other night. Got a lot of kids, which is good. And, sometimes we need some of them to help up with the sophomores, and we certainly do that. Gives us an opportunity to get other guys better and do the things that we need to do to keep improving.
Well, Coach, a great night here tonight. I tell you what, this place is packed. 100 years of West Delaware football, and you've been around to where you've seen a lot of these kids go through this program, and just it's great. It's got to be great for you to see some of these former players come in here tonight.
It's just awesome, and I've been fortunate enough to be 22 years part of this as a coach. I started watching West Delaware football when I was about a sophomore. A guy by the name of Bob Neighbor, who unfortunately passed away with a cancer this year, but he was our first 1,000-yard rusher, and he was actually my neighbor, and started coming and watching him play. And then Dave Jacobson, who's our honorary captain here tonight, after he won the state championship, they had 84 kids wanted to go out for 7th grade football the next year. He found out I was certified and talked to me if I would be interested in doing that, and been doing it ever since. I want to thank Dave for that opportunity. It was great to see him, and then just a lot of the kids that have come through the program and parents and their kids and things like that. So, yeah, it's a great night tonight, and hopefully we can finish this off and get a big win.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, it's been a great season. Thanks for joining us when you guys are on Friday nights. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Win or loss, you guys, I always appreciate how positive you are about the kids, and it's great talking to you on every Friday night.
Well, Jamie, I want to thank you for the interviews, and sometimes, when you have a tough game, we got to, it's tough to ask some of the right things, and you do a nice job of that, and I sure appreciate all you guys' support, and go Hawks.
We will see you next season. You mentioned Dave Jacobson. We'll talk with Coach Jacobson right after this, as I caught up with him earlier this week. That full interview next, right here at halftime. West Delaware leading Decorah 21-14. You're listening to West Delaware football on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back into Brownfield. West Delaware leads 21-14, and whole lot of bodies out there tonight, Aaron, as the Hawks celebrated 100 years of Hawk football. They introduced them by decades. They had someone from the out there representing the 1940s all the way up to the 2000s to last year. So great turnout for that, and we are certainly glad that they got a big turnout for that tonight. Real quickly, we're going to go through Hawks in the NCAAs. The Iowa Hawkeyes lost last week to Maryland, 38-31. Aaron was victorious. The Hawkeyes are off tomorrow. The Cyclones, that made the Hawks record, 5-2 on the season. Iowa State, they lost last weekend to Texas, 48-45, a close one in Austin. They are also off tomorrow as their record sits at 2-5. The UNI Panthers, another tough loss last week as they were defeated by South Dakota State, 31-28. Adam Reth in that game, a 2013 graduate of West Delaware, one tackle, making his season total 9 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. They are now 3-4 in the season, and they will travel to Macomb, Illinois to take on Western Illinois tomorrow. The Cocoa Hawks, Sam Lahr, last week, a big game against Simpson. They won that game 35-21. That makes their record 3-3, 2-1 in Iowa Conference play. Sam Lahr, 21 carries, 94 yards, and a touchdown, 3 receptions, 40 yards for Sam in that game. Sam, a 2012 graduate. They will take on Central College in Cedar Rapids tomorrow. The Wartburg Knights, victorious last week against University of Dubuque, 42-9, run their record 6-0 to make 3-0 in conference play. Brandon Domeyer, 19 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 96 carries on the season for 537 yards and 8 touchdowns. Michael Bulkey was 4 for 5 on PATs last Saturday. No field goal attempts. He's now 3 for 6 on field goals with a long of 33 and 27 and 32 on extra points this season. They will host Luther College tomorrow in Waverly. Trey McTaggart, Cole Stephen, and Cameron McCrow all playing at Upper Iowa. They lost last week 38-19. Trey had a touchdown reception for the Peacocks. Cole Stevens had 9 tackles in that game, 1.5 tackles for loss. They will play against Concordia University tomorrow on the road. Grandview, Jack Curley, and Brandon Becker on that team. They were victorious last week, 47-13 to make their record 6-1. They will take on St. Ambrose tomorrow in Davenport. Timmy Tutton, a 2014 graduate of West Delaware, playing for Ellsworth. They defeated Independence Community College last week 40-0 to make their record 3-4, 0-1 in conference play. They will host Iowa Central tomorrow at Ellsworth. And Bill Logan joins us from the sideline. And Bill, you got a lead, but against a Decorah team, you'd like to see more than just a touchdown lead after the first half. Well, we'll try to get Bill hooked up down there. Make sure both mics are on. He's plugged in. He's trying down there, as we'll get Bill on here in just a second. His microphone is on, so we'll have to figure that out here in just a second. Maybe possibly a low battery. But I tell you what, the Hawks, Aaron, leading 21-14 here at halftime, but against this Decorah team who we've seen quick strikes here. I heard something there, Bill. Did I not? Nope. Didn't hear him, so hopefully we can get a battery change down there, but just a great night. You saw how many people were out there for this 100 years of West Delaware football, and just a great atmosphere out there for this tonight.
Well, and you and I have talked about it, numerous times about how, the program, the depth of this program in terms of, the guys that have came through and played, and the tradition and whatnot with West Delaware football. It's something to behold, and it speaks volumes when you see 100, 150, 200 guys out here that played football for West Delaware. So really cool, and really it's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. We have some scores, updated scores. Cascade leading Anamosa 27-0. Western Dubuque leading DeWitt Central 48-0. That game in the third quarter. Had some other scores from earlier. These were scores that we got earlier. We just had another update. Waverly Shellrock leading 14-6 with 9:14 left to go in the third quarter. As Decorah will kick off to start the second half, it's going to be taken by Trent Curley. They fake the reverse to Ridenauer. He's going to bring it out near the 20. Now 25, turns the corner. He's going to be drug out of bounds near the 30-yard line. That's where the Hawks will start, 1st and 10. Hawks looking for a late hit out here. Hawks looking for a late hit as they're not going to get it. So Waverly Shellrock, of course, leading 14-6. That game in the third quarter. Scores from earlier was halftime. Edco leading Starmont 28-13. So, and Beckman was ahead. We had that score. Beckman was ahead 21-7 with 8 minutes left to go in the first half. So here we go. The Hawks have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Lammers comes set, just underway, third quarter. The Hawks leading 21-14. A busy halftime. We got you back here now. He's going to throw to Owen Ward. He's got some room. He crosses midfield down to the Decorah 46-yard line. Nice pitch and catch there from Brent Lammers to Owen Ward, and the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 in Decorah territory.
Well, we kind of thought at the beginning of the game, Jamie, who was going to step in and fill in for Dallin Puts, being out with the knee injury, and Owen Ward has caught 2 balls today. Both have been really important catches. This one to get the second half going, so great start for this Hawk offense.
Lammers is going to hand off to Bishop off the left side. He's going to fight forward near the 45-yard line. He's going to be brought down after a short gain. That's Austin Bishop on the carry there for the Hawks there. As coming up to make the stop for Decorah was Nolan Heffern. So a gain of 1 there by Bishop brings up 2nd down and 9. Lammers comes set, shotgun formation. Next to him again is Bishop. He throws on, and it's going to bounce right off the chest of Trent Curley. Would have been about a 6 right up at the 40-yard line. About a gain of 6 that would have been, but it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, ball was just lasered right to Trent, and unfortunately he couldn't bring it down or bring it in. But, nonetheless, the Hawks here 3rd and 9 early in the second half.
As Lammers looks to pass, he's going to throw it, looking for Ridenauer, and that ball through the hands of Max Ridenauer, and it falls incomplete. Almost intercepted out there by Brett LaRue, but it falls to the ground, and it'll bring up 4th down and 9 for the Hawks at the Decorah 45-yard line.
And Jamie, both those throws, both to Trent and then to Max, both guys were wide open. That has a lot to do with the fact that in the first half, the Hawks stretched the field. They went long. These defensive backs and secondary for Decorah are playing that long ball, so the Hawks are going to have opportunities in the second half.
Hawks are going to punt it away, and this is Lammers. It's going to bounce and go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where Decorah will start with it, 1st and 10. So trying to keep all these scores updated. Got all these scores updated here. Is a lot of big games tonight. We'll get a few more scores from John Swisher in that game up in Starmont tonight. Still haven't heard an independent score tonight.
I've been keeping my eye on that one, or trying to at least, and I haven't heard or seen anything as well. So
trying to see how the Mustangs are doing against Makokata down in Jackson County tonight. The Vikings of Decorah here will start with it 1st and 10. 2 backs behind them. Under center is Cole Steffen. He's going to run out to the right, give to the second man through. That is going to be Hovden, and he's going to be brought down out there. Ryan Solomon came up to wrap him up near the 20-yard line, so a nice gain there. Gain of across the 20 up to the 22. That'll be a gain of 6 there. And we'll give it gain of 6 and bring up a long second and a long 4 here as the Vikings will come set again. So halftime adjustments. Let's see what the Hawks have done on defense, see what the Vikings have changed on the offensive side of the ball. They're going to give to the first man through. This time it's Hovden again. And he's going to be wrapped up out there, coming up and making the stop. Bomber Adam Newhouse comes up and makes that stop. It'll be a short gain there, a gain of about 2 yards. It'll bring up maybe a gain of 1. 3rd down and 3 upcoming for the Vikings.
in a game of importance for Western Dubuque is in terms of positioning. Solon's up on Dubuque Wahlert 21-12 at the half.
As Steffen comes set, he's going to give up the middle. This is Leaps, and he's going to push forward close to a first down for the Vikings. I think he is going to get it, as Colin Weber is going to come up and make the stop for the Hawks, but it is going to be a Decorah first down as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. As Austin Monahan checks out of the game here for the Hawks. He's in there on defense tonight. Another senior for West Delaware. 12 seniors on this roster here that the Hawks will be playing their final regular season game here at Brown Field. As Steffen drops back to pass on 1st and 10. He's got it out there. It's going to be incomplete. Trent Curley, great coverage there as they were looking on the near side of the field to Nolan Heffern. That falls incomplete. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 10. East Buchanan leading Easton Valley right now, 23-14. That game in the 4th quarter. So the Buccaneers looking to, there's 2-6 on the season, 1-5 in district play. So looking to go 2-6, 3-6 overall as we've got a 2nd down and 10 here. As the Vikings come set, under center is Steffen. He's going to give to the second man through. This is Hovden. He gets to the outside, gets the corner turn up near the 35-yard line. He's going to be brought down out there. Nice tackle there on the defensive side of the ball by Bennett Cole. Independence leading to Makokata right now, 14-0 to score in that one, thanks to Jake Reeves down on the sideline for us tonight. Always seems to find what station we're on down here. Tunes into KMCH when he's down there. It's 3rd down and 3 here for the Vikings. And they're going to hand off, fake the handoff. Steffen's going to keep it himself. He's going to pick up enough for the first down. Crosses the 40-yard line about to the 42. And he's going to be brought down out there by Drew Cole. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings.
The UFO is back.
And that Independence score, that was a halftime score. I don't know, Aaron. It's got green and red lights. I think somebody's over possibly taking pictures of Brown Field tonight, but it's way up there in the sky. As it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings, they're going to throw on 1st and 10. Looking deep is Steffen. Got to come back for that ball, and it's going to be caught out there. As it was caught out there by the Vikings down to the West Delaware near inside the 30. Trent Curley was on the coverage. But not Nolan Heffern. That was Brett LaRue coming up to make a great catch. The pass was short. The pass was well short. Thank you. That is KCRG 9.2's drone that they have looking over. So they've got a drone apparently.
Awesome.
That solves that mystery as the Vikings will pass on 1st and 10. Got a man wide open, overshoots the intended receiver. As coming over on the coverage for the Hawks late was Max Ridenauer. He just about dove and caught that ball, but they were looking out there for Eric Severson. That pass falls incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
And Drew Cole with the big hit on Steffen right as he released it. And you know, he might not have got to the quarterback right away, Jamie, but those pay dividends later on down the road when Steffen's standing back there and getting happy feet.
Steffen under center again here for the Vikings. 2nd and 10. They're going to go on the counter here to Hovden. He's going to get some room, and he's going to be brought down by Sam Maloney. Ball's on the ground. The ball's on the ground at the 15-yard line. And I think the Vikings are going to recover it.
Man, it sure looked like a hold there at the line of scrimmage. It looked like a couple Hawks were getting held there, but no flags were thrown. So
the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 as Hovden picks up enough for the first down. Be 1st and 10 at the West Delaware 14-yard line as Steffen sets up under center. He's going to throw on 1st and 10. He throws out to the swing route, and that's looking for Hovden. Just overshot him. That would have been a heck of a catch by Hovden had he gotten up there and gotten that one. On the coverage there for the Hawks was Caleb Whitman. So nice coverage there by Whitman. That pass falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Vikings. West Delaware leads this game 21-14, 7:41 left to go in this 3rd quarter. As the Vikings come set here on 2nd and 10. 2 backs in the backfield. As we got another score update from Waverly. We'll check that in just a second as they run the counter again. And this is going to be sniffed out by the Hawks as Hovden was the ball carrier. Colin Weber comes up and makes a nice stop for the Hawks. Waverly Shellrock now leading 14-12 as Charles City another touchdown in that game. 4:37 left to go in the third quarter. Waverly Shellrock leading 14-12 in that game. So the Vikings will come set. A loss of 1 on that play, on that run by Hovden. We'll bring up 3rd and 11 from the West Delaware 15. 21-14, West Delaware leads it. 7 minutes remain in this third quarter and almost intercepted. Solomon, I tell you what, I think when he saw that ball come at him, he started looking at the far end zone because that's where he would have ended up, and he's been there before on an interception last year and on a onside kickoff return this season. But a nice job there to knock that ball away, and it'll bring up 4th and 11. Here with 7 minutes exactly remaining in this third quarter, and West Delaware up 21-14.
Yeah, good anticipation there by Solly to just kind of put his hands up. He read the quarterback's eyes, knew where he was going to go with it, and he just put his hands up and almost had an interception.
Oh, they faked the field goal. They attempted a field goal. They faked it, and the Hawks are going to sniff that out and drop them back at the 25-yard line, and that is where the Hawks will take over. 1st down and 10. Nice job by that Hawk defense as Drew Cole comes up and makes a big play there. And the Hawks will take over 1st and 10. Great awareness there by that Hawk defense.
Well, you got to figure, Jamie, that, Decorah's, they're not going to get down, down this far and probably try and kick a field goal. They know that they need touchdowns in order to keep up with the Hawks. So you knew something like that might be cooking, and the Hawks did a great job of being prepared for it.
So the Hawks are going to give to Bishop on 1st down, and he's got some room up to the 40, still on his feet, up to the 42-yard line. Nice run there by Austin Bishop.
Yeah, great job by Austin. He hit the hole, and then he was gone. He took off. He wasn't going to wait around, and that burst of speed through the hole, just did a great job there picking up 16 and getting the Hawks, closer to midfield here. And this is the Hawks' second possession here of the second half. So first one resulted in a punt, but so far so good here in the second possession.
As the give is again to Bishop. He's got some room. 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Nice run there by Austin Bishop. A gain of 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5. 6:25 remaining in this third quarter, and West Delaware leading 21-14. We have a score update. Maquoketa Valley now leading Postville 81-20. The score in that game. Not sure on the time left in that contest. But here we go. The Hawks will come set. Pistol formation. They give Bishop 6 on that play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4. The fake to Bishop this time. Lammers keeps it himself. He's got the 1st down, still on his feet into Decorah territory, down to about the Viking 44-yard line. So a nice run there by Brent Lammers. A final tonight. East Buchanan defeats Easton Valley 23-14. Third quarter, Lisbon leading North Lynn 42-12. That Maquoketa Valley score was at halftime. That was the 61-20 was halftime. They're now leading 81-20. This time it's Bishop on the carry. He's got it at the 40, still pushing forward. Shades of Coy Russell out there by Austin Bishop. Very shifty out there as he just kept going side to side looking for a crease, and he's going to pick up 4 yards on that play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6.
Well, and you look at it, Jamie, and picked up 4 yards. Give some of the credit to that offensive line. They're getting a decent push here, kind of leaning. You see some of the Decorah defenders have their hands on their knees, and they're kind of getting a little winded here midway through this third quarter. So hopefully the Hawks can continue to lean on them and pick up big chunks of yards.
Lammers comes set. He's going to fake the handoff to Bishop. He's going to run it himself. 40, down to the 35, inside the 35 to about the 31 of Decorah, and that's going to be good for another West Delaware 1st down. So nice run there by Brent Lammers. There is a penalty marker on the field. And Ryan Solomon, I believe, is out there pleading his case. The captain for the Hawks out there pleading his case to the official. But to no avail, it's going to be holding against the Hawks, and that'll back them up 10 yards. So the Hawks will have the ball back at midfield now. It'll be second down. Second down and 16 here for the Hawks as they have it right at midfield. 4:50 left to go in this third quarter, and the Hawks up 21-14. So see what the Hawks do here as they're going to fake the handoff. Lammers looks to throw, going to throw downfield. Got a man out there looking for Nagel. Falls incomplete, just out of the reach of the big guy out there. On the coverage for the Vikings was Jake Hovden. I tell you what, he's all over the field. Yeah. Offense, defense, kick returns. Jake Hovden does it all for the Vikings. And he's in on the coverage there of John Nagel. It'll be third down and 16 upcoming for the Hawks. Yeah,
he's kind of their man. He's a senior, 5'10", 186 pounds. And as I was saying before the game, I feel like we've said his name for about the last 4 years. So it's
Lammers looks to pass. Blitz coming. He's got to get rid of it. He's going to throw it downfield, and that is going to be incomplete, out of bounds. On that, good decision by Brent to throw that one out of bounds that time as that pass falls incomplete, and it'll bring up fourth down and 16 for the Hawks. We have a final in Starmont tonight. Edco defeating the Starmont Stars 34-27 tonight up in Arlington. So the Vikings, most likely with that on the road, will get themselves into the playoffs. They will, because East Buchanan defeated Easton Valley tonight, so It'll be Maquoketa Valley, Lisbon, North Lynn, and Edco, the four district qualifiers, playoff qualifiers in that Class A, District number 5, as Lammers' punt will go out of bounds at the Decorah 17-yard line, and that is where the Vikings will start with it, 1st and 10. Again, the Hawkeyes are off tomorrow, so no Iowa football on KMCH tomorrow. So tune in for, of course, the Coach's Corner tomorrow morning at 9. Tomorrow morning at 9 here on KMCH. Kevin Shookman will talk to the area coaches about tonight's game. Coach Rochford, a big win up there tonight for the Edco Vikings. He'll catch up with him. I'm sure he's excited. Coach Lee and Coach Reed, Coach Reed with us during the wrestling season. Tough loss for them tonight as they will stay home this season. So, tough loss for the Stars tonight, but you knew that was going to happen. Somebody was going to have to go home and stay home after that game tonight. The Vikings of Decorah here tonight start with it 1st and 10 from their own 17. They're going to hand off to Hovden off the left side. He's going to be wrapped up. Two Hawks come up to make the play there. Sam Maloney finishes him off as Kyle McGrain drug him down, but that's a gain of 6 by Hovden. Is going to bring up second down and 4. Again, the Hawks still leading here, 21-14, but
just kind of trading punches right now.
They really are, and the Hawks, you'd like to see them one more score. Decorah's offense, so we'll get to that in just a second as they line up on an I formation. They're going to fake the handoff. They're going to run option, pitch out to Hovden. He's got some room, and he's going to be brought down. Colin Weber's going to drag him out of bounds, but not before Hovden picks up a first down. Against Decorah, you want to be up at least 2 touchdowns throughout the game because they're an offense where in the past they do things slow. They eat the clock. Their time of possession is always just phenomenal throughout a game. And they don't have a quick strike offense, but you have to put them in that situation where they're not comfortable. But the Hawks just leading by 7 here with 3:33 left to go in the third quarter. The Vikings will come set. It's 1st and 10. They have it at their own 30-yard line. Steffen drops back to pass on 1st and 10. He's throwing downfield. It's going to be caught as Trent Curley just about jumped that route, just missed it, and he's going to be brought down. Brent Lammers is going to make the stop, and that is a reception out there by Brett LaRue, and it's going to be a pickup of 9 and bring up a second down and 1.
Yeah, and you're right, Jamie. When the ball got thrown, he threw it over John Nagel's outstretched arm, and I thought, there was a couple Hawks right in the vicinity there. I thought maybe they might be able to pick that off and take it the other way, but LaRue did a good job of hauling it in and picking up 9 and making a short 2nd and 1 here.
So Steffen comes set under center. He drops back to pass again here. He's going to throw it up in the air, and it could be, it's going to be incomplete. Colin Nimrod was wide open. Max Reidenauer, I thought he was going over there to make the pick, but I don't know what happened over there, but that pass is going to fall incomplete. Fortunately for the Hawks, Nimrod had it in his hands and dropped it. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. We have a score update. Beckman leading Center Point Urbana 31-7 right now in Dyersville. Big win. They kicked a big lead right there for Beckman in a big game. They kicked a 24-yard field goal as the first half came to an end. So the Blazers leading 31-7. As the Vikings here from Decorah will come set under center, and that's going to be sniffed out. He still has the ball. Now it's on the ground. The Hawks will recover, and it's going to be picked up and still on his feet for the Hawks. It was Max Ridenauer on the fumble recovery, and the Hawks will start with it 1st and 10 at the Decorah Viking 14-yard line. It was kind of a broken play.
And I couldn't see who the Hawk was that got in there and pushed both the quarterback and the running back and forced the fumble, and then Max did a good job of recovering it.
Well, I tell you what, they handed off to Garrett Weiss, but like you said, that first Hawk through there wrapped them both up, and then he had Garrett Weiss wrapped up, and he turned around and thought that Steffen still had the ball, but it was Weiss who still had the ball, but he forced the fumble anyway. Ridenauer picks it up and carries it down to the Decorah 14-yard line. 1st and 10 Hawks. They lead at 21-14 with 2:27 left to go in this third quarter.
That's the big play I think that we were waiting for, Jamie. We were waiting for something to happen here offensively or defensively, and this time the defense really steps up, makes a big play, and gets the Hawk offense in really good field position.
As I believe this is Lammers is going to keep it himself. He is. He's going to pick up a couple, but if you're the Hawks here, you need 6 points.
6. Yep. You read my mind. I was just going to say you got to get 6 on this one. You're starting at the Decorah 14-yard line, so Hawks need to put this one in the end zone here and get that 2-score lead that you were referring to.
Well, 8 years together, we get quite the continuity between us as we read minds. It is scary. It's a gain of 3 for Lammers. It brings up 2nd down and 7. I'd rather have it with you than Bill Logan, because if I think like him, it's going to be scary, as Lammers is going to keep it himself once again, and he's going to carry forward inside the 10-yard line to the 8, and that is where the Hawks will face a 3rd down and 4 upcoming. Edco wins 34-27, the final score. That's their first trip to the playoffs since 2006, 4th in program history. They'll get 3rd slot. They'll get that 3rd spot out of that district, and here's, the ball's on the ground. It's going to be a touchback. As I didn't see who was carrying the ball there for the Hawks, and our officials are talking about it, and now they're going to see if Lammers, I believe it was Lammers.
They crossed the goal line?
See if he... As they're going to call 1st and 10 for Decorah. The Hawks thought that he crossed the goal line first. As it'll be 1st and 10 for Decorah. From their own 20. I believe it was Lammers kept it himself. Lammers kept it himself and fumbled the ball. They thought they got across the end zone or across the goal line before the ball came out, but Decorah recovers it in the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So Hawks don't get 6. They turn the ball over, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. As Steffen comes set, he moved on the line, no call, as they're going to pitch out to the outside. This is Hovden, and he's wrapped up. Brent Lammers comes up and drops him in the backfield at the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11 upcoming for the Vikings. Start of the 4th quarter in Waverly. Waverly Shellrock leads at 14-12. We're just under a minute left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and West Delaware leads 21-14.
Yeah, and a big play there by Brent. Brent's really done on both sides of the ball tonight, Jamie. He's had a great game offensively, and we've seen him make some big stops here defensively as well. So picking his teammates up after the fumble on their last possession.
So now Steffen comes set under center. It's 2nd and 11 here for the Vikings. And he's going to drop back to pass. He looks to his left, throws out there, got a man wide open. It's Silverstein. There's going to be a penalty on the play. Severson, excuse me. He's going to bring it out to about the 41-yard line, but it's coming back as there's a penalty marker on the field. Looked like holding. I think the entire Hawk crowd saw that holding call, and our official, Mr. Messerly, is going to call it a block in the back against the Vikings. And with 25 seconds left, they'll be faced with a second down. And from Ryan, Iowa away.
There would have been a revolt if there wasn't a holding call on that. There was everybody in the stands was calling for it, and you could see it. The Decorah receiver was holding the Hawk defender there. So good break for the Hawks and pushes Decorah back now inside the 20-yard, their own 20-yard line now. And
that must have been. It's going to be second down and 12 here for the Vikings. 24 seconds remain, third quarter. West Delaware leads 21-14. As two backs in the backfield behind Cole Steffen. As Steffen will drop back to pass, throws across the middle. That pass almost intercepted.
We're going to get one of those. I'm telling you right now, before this night is over, someone's going to step in front. And
he was looking for LaRue. Trent Curley just about picked it off.
It feels like Jamie, we're getting closer and closer and closer. They completed 2 to Severson earlier in the game in the first quarter. It feels like the Hawks get closer and closer and closer to picking one off. So
6 seconds remain here in the third quarter. The Vikings face third down and 12. Steffen comes set under center. He's going to drop back to pass. He throws out to the right, got a man out there, and it's going to be dropped short of the first down. Nice tackle out there, open field tackle by Trent Curley. And that was out to Heffern, and that is going to do it for our third quarter. West Delaware leads 21-14. We'll be right back with quarter number 4. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Welcome back into Brownfield, along with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker, Jamie Vaskey here, and Pleen Bill Logan back with you here. A score from Cascade leading Anamosa 34-13. The score of that one right now. As we're back here at Brownfield, West Delaware leads 21-14 over Decorah. And the Vikings face 4th down and 5 from their own 25 here. As again, looking a lot of close games here, as West Delaware Decorah is a 7-point game. Waverly Shell Rock and Charles City, that's a 2-point game in the fourth quarter. As they just started the fourth quarter, a lot riding in this district on those 2 games. As the Vikings fake the cadence there by the punter, that's Leaps, as he's going to punt this one away. Ridenour's going to let it roll dead, and the Vikings will pick it up at the West Delaware 31-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start with it, 1st and 10. So a scoreless third quarter here brings us to our 4th, and the Hawks will take over 1st and 10. Let's try to get some more scores for you throughout the night. Our last updated scores from around our area. Edco victorious tonight, 34-27. Beckman leading 31-7. Cascade leading Anamosa 34-13. Some other scores here. Independence was leading Maquoketa 14-0. That game was at halftime. East Buchanan defeating Easton Valley tonight. Western Dubuque at last check was leading DeWitt 48-0. As the Hawks will come set, 1st and 10. Lammers under center. They have it at their own 31-yard line. Not under center. Pistol formation here for the Hawks. The give is to Bishop. Up the middle, off to the left side. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down at about the 32-yard line. As coming up to make the stop for the Vikings is Andrew Sicking. So a gain of 2 yards there by Bishop will bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Hawks. As they're going to come out, set 3 receivers to the right for Lammers. Trent Curley here on the near side of the field. Lammers fakes the handoff to Bishop. Now he gets to the outside. He's got it at the 35, run out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Hard hit there by Hovden. Little helmet to helmet. He might have got his shoulder, as I see Brent's shoulder pad came out of his jersey there, but it's going to be a pickup of 3, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, gain of 4. Long 3rd down and 4 here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jake Hovden is one of the more physical players I've seen in this district, Jamie. I mean, the Hawks have a number of physical players, but Jake is right up there.
Shotgun formation, the fake to Bishop. Lammers keeps it himself. He's got enough for the 1st down, nearing midfield, and he's going to be brought down at the 49-yard line of West Delaware. Going to be brought down by Garrett Weiss, but a nice job there by Brent Lammers. He faked to Bishop, ran off left side, basically the same play they had just run, and he's going to pick up enough for the Hawk first down. Nice run there by Brent Lammers, and the Hawks have it 1st and 10 at their own 49.
It'd be nice for the Hawks to maybe put together about a 3-4 minute drive here, Jamie. Take some time off the clock, punch one in the end zone, get that 2-score lead, and then hopefully let that defense take over.
So 1st and 10, a high snap. Lammers bobbled it a little bit, but he gathered it, and he's going to be run out of bounds at the Hawk 46-yard line, so he lost a couple there. Western Dubuque victorious tonight over Central DeWitt, 49-14, the final in that one. So the Bobcats set themselves up real good for that district as they'll finish in that 3rd spot for sure with a win tonight. Above them, Cedar Rapids, Xavier, and Solon. Solon is hosting
Wahlert,
and Xavier is hosting Marion. So a loss of 2 there for the Hawks is going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. They come set, pistol formation. Next to Lammers is Ridenauer. As Lammers takes the snap, the give is to Bishop. He's got it up the middle. He's going to pick up a couple, maybe one. It'll be 3rd down and 11 upcoming for the Hawks. The Hawks leading 21-14, 10:34 left to go. And of course, we mentioned East Buchanan was leading Easton Valley. They're victorious tonight, 23-14. So Easton Valley drops to 2-5 in district play, 2-7 overall. East Buchanan ups their win to 2-5 in the district play and 3-6 overall. As Lammers looks to throw high pass, and it's going to be broken up as he was looking for Ridenauer out there, and he's going to be dropped as Ridenauer went up to catch that. Colin Nimrod comes over and makes a play on Ridenauer, and he'll bring up 4th down and 11 here for the Hawks. And you mentioned earlier, just kind of trading punches here. Yep. The Hawks got a turnover. Ridenauer returning, then the Hawks turned it back over to Decorah. Then we switched sides, and we're doing about the same thing, just back and forth. Again, we will, and the Hawks are going to jump on that line. So it's going to be 5 yards on the Hawks. As a right side jump there for the Hawks, illegal procedural, back it up 5 yards. It'll be 4th and 16. So we will talk to Bill Logan at some point in the second half. I think he's hopefully got his microphone, new battery, and he's ready to go at some point here in the second half. Of course, no Iowa game means no Iowa prediction tomorrow, so Bill gets another week to try to recover from his losing streak that he's got. And the punt is away by Lammers. Hovden is going to pick it up at his own 13-yard line. He's going to bring it out, cuts back to, now he gets to the outside. Now he's going to cut it back in. He's got some room, and he's down the sideline, finally going to be brought down out there. As coming up and making the stop, Brent Lammers saving a touchdown there, but Hovden, nearing midfield, is going to be run out of bounds by Lammers at their own 48-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will start 1st and 10. So again, Lammers saving a touchdown there on that punt return by Hovden. Again, we mentioned coming into this game, not their regular punt returner, as he had only, I guess he led the team in punt returns with 5, a 12.2 yards per return average. He's increased that tonight as the Vikings will come set here on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. Steffen comes set under center, 2 backs behind him. They're going to give to the second man through. This is Leaps, and he's going to run forward and be dropped down out there by Kyle McGrain. And Drew Cole in on the stop for West Delaware. As 8-man score. Don Bosco wins tonight, 102-6. It's a new scoring record for the Dons, 102-6. I'm not sure who Don Bosco is playing, but big margin of victory there. But the Vikings will come set after the 5-yard gain by Leaps, and he's going to push forward again, give him the ball, and he's going to carry it deep into West Delaware territory to the Hawk 40-yard line. Colin Weber finally brings him down there at the 40, and the Vikings will have another first down here. 1st and 10. Hawks lead at 21-14. 9 minutes remaining in this ball game. The Hawks win here tonight. They're district champs. The Vikings win here tonight, and Charles City loses. They get into the playoffs, and Charles City is out. So 1st and 10. Steffen comes set. They're going to give it to Leaps again up the middle, and he's going to be wrapped up. Nice job there, as a hard hit coming up there for the Hawks was Ryan Solomon, as he dropped him after a short gain, about 1.5 yards there. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 here for the Vikings.
And Jamie, I was just going to say, you know, it seems like the Vikings are they're kind of starting to feel their way through a little bit. They're picking up bigger chunks of yardage on the ground. You know, obviously their big plays were coming via the pass, but they're starting to kind of navigate a little bit more here. So Hawk defense is going to have to step up.
As Steffen will pass on 2nd and 8, he's got a man out there, and it's going to be caught. Caleb Whitman's going to bring him down, but not before he brings it up to the 25-yard line. This is Hovden again, out to the 26-yard line, and that's going to be good for another Decorah first down. So you mentioned it, Decorah's starting to feel it right now, and this is a team, they're going to eat the clock and try to get, they're a team of time of possession. Yep. That's what they do, and they're eating the clock up here. There's 8 minutes left to go, and the Hawks with a 7-point lead.
Moving the ball, efficiency, you know, don't turn the ball over, even though they've had a fumble or two here and there.
As Steffen hands off, this is going to be Hovden. He's going to bring it up inside the 20 down to the 15 for the Hawks. Sam Maloney's going to bring him down there. As Lisbon defeating Northland tonight, 43-20, the final score in that one. But Northland will finish, I believe, in 4th place in that district, as Edco will bump up to the 3 spot. So the Northland Lynx, that's what Week 9's all about, baby. As it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They have it at the Hawk 15-yard line. Steffen comes set, under center. He's going to pitch out to Leaps, left side, and he's going to try to get to the outside. Caleb Whitman's going to wrap him up at about the 11-yard line, a gain of 4 there. We'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Vikings. Again, 7 minutes remaining, so the Vikings doing what they do best. They're eating this clock here in this game, in the 4th quarter of this ball game.
Yeah, this will be the 6th play of the drive here. Start at 9:52, so yeah, you know, and you look in the sheet, Jamie, they've had 3, 4, 5-minute drives here, so this is a typical Decorah team.
Steffen going to hand off to Leaps again. He's going to carry up the middle, and now he's going to be wrapped up. Nice job there by that Hawks defense. And coming up and making the stop for the Hawks was Drew Cole. Another nice game here by Drew Cole, and that's going to be a gain of about 1 there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 here for the Vikings, as they have it at the West Delaware the 10-yard line. 6:22 left to go in this ball game. And our official, I'm not sure if one of the Decorah players, if Leaps is heading off the sideline. Maybe he lost his helmet on that play and has to sit out one play, but coming in for him, they're getting a replacement in there for him. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for Decorah. We'll see what they do here. They're in 4-down territory. They've got to score at some point as they trail by 7. Steffen comes set. Under center. 2 backs behind him. They give to the 2nd man through. That's Hovden, and he's wrapped up. Drew Cole again comes up with a huge stop on 3rd and 5 at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down and 5 for the Vikings. Great play by Drew Cole.
Absolutely. It was Drew and a couple other Hawks in there, and they just flat out stuffed him, and big, huge play late in the game right now, and with 3rd and 5. So Decorah has the ball now, 4th and 5.
On senior night, Drew Cole and the rest of these seniors have stepped up on defense so far. Steffen comes set, 4th and 5. They run the reverse. This is going to be Nimrod. He gets to the outside. He's got the first down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. Finally going to be run out of bounds there, as that's going to be Caleb Whitman who brings him down. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Vikings with 5:23 left to go in this ball game.
Yeah, it was just a good play call. I think everybody was focusing in the middle of the field, and they ran a little misdirection and got it to the outside, and Nimrod just scampered down to the West Delaware 2-yard line.
Steffen comes set under center. He's going to take it himself up the middle. Not sure he got there. That Hawk defense did a good job of stuffing that play as that front line of the Hawks comes up huge there. The linebackers see Colin Weber in there, Brent Lammers, and a whole bunch of West Delaware bodies in there at that line. As the fog starts to settle in here on Brown Field, it's senior night. It's the 100 years of West Delaware football celebration. It's West Delaware versus Decorah, and it's 21-14. The Hawks lead it with 4:53 left to go in this contest, and second down and goal for the Vikings at the West Delaware 1-yard line. Steffen hands off to the first man through, and he's going to be wrapped up as they give it to Leaps, and he can't get in as Brent Lammers comes up and makes a huge stop at the goal line. It'll be third and goal at the 1 for Decorah.
At this,
2 more.
Yeah, exactly.
2 more chances. I tell you what would be. How about a false start here?
Oh, boy.
Legal procedure.
Yeah.
Something.
Give the Hawks some breathing room.
It'll be third down and goal as Cole Steffen, junior quarterback, comes to the line under center. 2 backs behind him. They're going to try to power it in. They're going to pitch out to Nimrod, and he's going to go in. This is Leaps, excuse me. He's going to go in for the Viking touchdown. 21-20 with 4 minutes, 4 seconds left to go in this ball game. And Decorah coming on to attempt the extra point to tie this game with just over 4 minutes left to play. Neither team really scoring in this second half. This is the first score of this second half. So I tell you what, it was bound to happen eventually. The Hawk offense now will have to come back to work here as Decorah ties this game up at 21. If they tie it up here at 21. Extra point pending as the kick is up. And it is through. 21-21. 4:04 left to play. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Back here in Manchester. Brown Field, 21-21. Why wouldn't it, Aaron?
Might as well,
Week
right?
9, Hawks and Vikings, Decorah and West Delaware, what's become quite a rivalry between these two schools over the past 6 or 7 years. Why wouldn't it come down to this? 4:04 left to go. The kick is away. It's picked up by the Hawks at the 25-yard line. Regardless, they'll have good field position to start this drive as one of the Hawk up men returned that ball. We'll see who it was. It was Owen Ward. Again, kind of a savior there because that ball could have rolled a long ways, but Owen Ward picked it up and brings it up to the 37-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will start 1st and 10.
And that touchdown drive, Jamie, by Decorah, 11 plays, 52 yards, took 5 minutes and 54 seconds off. 5 minutes and 48 seconds, so almost half of the quarter. Jacob Leaps with the 1-yard touchdown run with the extra point ties the game up 21-21. Hawks have the ball on their own 38-yard line with 3:59 to go here in this fourth quarter.
So Lammers comes set. 1st and 10. He fakes the reverse. He keeps it himself. He's got it at the 40, 45, 50. Still on his feet. He's going to be run out of bounds at the 31-yard line of Decorah. Finally dropped down out there by Marshall Johnson. A nice run there by Brent Lammers on 1st and 10, and now Lammers is down on the sideline. Lammers is down. He's being helped up by the coaching staff, and he's going back out. You're not going to keep him out of this ball game as he heads right out there for the Hawks, and Coach Wink and that coaching staff looking for perhaps a late hit on the sideline, but to no avail as the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 from the Decorah 30-yard line.
And just a great job by Brent, once again stepping up as the senior quarterback of this football team, stepping up and making a play when they need one, pushing this ball further and further into Decorah Viking territory. Late in this ball game.
1st and 10. Ridenauer in motion. They give us to Bishop. He's got it at the 30. Fights for it up to about the 27, 28-yard line. Brent Lammers saw enough of the game last week on the sideline. You weren't going to keep him out after coming up, needing help up on that sideline. But it'll be 2nd down and 7 here for the Hawks with 3:30 left to go in this ball game, and it's all tied up 21-21. Cascade defeats Anamosa tonight 34-13. That is a final. So the Raiders will finish district play at 5-1, 7-2 overall. And I think everybody was ready, but the center there, as that's going to be an illegal procedure against the Hawks, back them up 5 yards. So again, we're seeing those penalties again by the Hawks that you really don't like to see.
Well, they kill them, they stymie momentum, and it's just one of those things where Brent picks up a big gain on the ground, and then they followed up with a penalty, and now the Hawks face instead of second and 7, second and 6, now it's second and 12. So puts the Hawks a little bit behind the 8 ball.
Lammers looks to pass, got a man out there, and low pass, and is that Curley?
Yep.
Curley couldn't come up with it. It's going to be 3rd down and 12 for the Hawks here with 3:09 left to go in this ball game.
Hawks have found quite a bit of success with both Austin Bishop and Brent Lammers seem to be on the left side of the line here. So wouldn't be surprised. Got to think they're probably in the throwing situation here, but that option read that Brent likes to run wouldn't be a bad call here on 3rd down if he kind of ran something, maybe followed his blockers to the left here a little bit.
Lammers comes set, shotgun formation. He's going to fake the handoff to Bishop, run it himself. He's got it at the 25, inside the 25 to about the 22. Be a gain of about 10 yards there, and it'll bring up 4th down and 2 here for the Hawks. Now you've got options.
And
a short 4th down is what you wanted. Good call, Aaron Plain.
Yeah, and there's something over there. I mean, the left side of that line is just blowing up Decorah's defensive line, and Brent's not getting touched for 3 or 4 yards. So, you got to think that it's got to be something like this. Yep, got to be something similar.
The Hawks come to their feet here. Hawk fans come to their feet. 2:30 left to go in this ball game. Lammers, shotgun, the fake to Bishop. Lammers keeps it himself. He's got it at the 20, run out of bounds. That's going to be close to the 1st down. I don't see Bill down there, but somebody's pointing out there. Bill Logan's pointing, 1st and 10. Bosey's pointing very hard like he knew that was a 1st down. It is going to be 1st and 10 Hawks at the Decorah 20-yard line. 2:22 left to go. This is the offense the Hawks needed here in this second half, and they're going to come set. There, the officials blow their whistle, and they're going to come out in the pistol formation. 1st and 10 from the 19. Lammers is going to run behind Bishop. He's going to cut back at the 15. Still on his feet, and he's going to go in for the Hawk. Touchdown, Brent Lammers from 19 yards out, and the Hawks go up 27-21 on a 19-yard touchdown run from Brent Lammers.
Beautifully executed. Brent just followed his blockers, broke a couple tackles. They tried tackling him at the ankles, and you're just not going to tackle Brent Lammers at the ankles. You're going to have to bring him down with a couple guys, and he just did a great job of fighting through it for the go-ahead touchdown.
Our first Tootsie Rolls of the second half, as the Hawks go up 27-21 with 2:08 remaining in this ball game. Now, Reitz on to attempt the extra point, which would put the Hawks up by 7. The snap, the hold, the kick is good, right down Broadway. 28-21 West Delaware, 2:08 remaining in the ball game. We'll take a break and come back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Nobody said it would be easy here tonight at Brownfield, as it's 28-21. West Delaware leads it with 2:08 remaining in this ball game as they get set to kick off to Decorah. See if the Hawk defense can do it one more time.
Well, we all knew this is a rivalry game, Jamie. You can throw records out the window. It doesn't matter. When it's a rivalry, everything is amped up. The Hawks score on a 5-play, 62-yard drive. Took 1 minute and 56 seconds off the clock. Brent Lammers, a couple huge runs in that drive, but the big one, the 19-yard touchdown run, puts the Hawks up 28-21 with 2:08 to go here in the 4th quarter. And boy, could we use that step in front pick-off to seal this baby up.
Yeah, secretly you're making predictions. I know it. I know you're doing it because you called it earlier. You said we're due, as Brent Lammers will do the kicking duties here for the Hawks, and his kick is away, and it's a beauty. It's going to be taken at the 10-yard line. This is going to be, is this Hovden on there? No, it is not Hovden. It's going to be returned out there, and it's going to be Colin Nimrod, and he's going to bring it out to the 34-yard line. And that's where Decorah will start, 1st and 10 with 2:02 remaining in this ball game, and West Delaware with a 7-point lead, 28-21. A lot of action in the KMCH listening area here tonight. As Starmont and Edco, the Vikings defeat the Stars tonight. East Buchanan was victorious tonight. Independence was leading at last check. Western Dubuque leading at last check. Beckman with a big win.
Yep.
You know, just a great night of football in the KMCH listening area. As Steffen will throw. He's got a man out there. It's going to be caught. And it's going to be caught out there by LaRue, and he's finally going to be brought down. As the ball's on the ground, they're going to call him down at the West Delaware 40-yard line. They're going to call it, say he was down. With 1:50 remaining in this ball game, Waverly Shellrock holds on and defeats Charles City tonight, 14-12. So the Go Hawks will finish at 5-1 in district play. If the Hawks can hold on here, they would finish at 5-1, and the head-to-head matchup goes to West Delaware.
And does that put Independence in the playoffs then? Does that win?
What's that?
Does that put that one officially puts Independence in then?
Yes, Independence is in. They defeated Charles City. Charles City is 3-3. So Independence, it would be between Decorah and Waverly Shellrock now. So if West Delaware wins, Charles City would get in.
Okay.
As Decorah would be eliminated from the playoffs. So
scenarios unfolding right before our eyes.
As we were talking about all them final scores, I was too excited. I didn't look back. You know, Edco defeats Starmont tonight 34-27. Western Dubuque, a final. They defeat Central DeWitt tonight 49-14. They punched their ticket to the playoffs. I believe they had it punched. They won tonight, so that will definitely help them. Lisbon over North Lynn tonight 43-20, but the Lynx will finish in 4th place in that district. Cascade defeating Anamosa tonight 34-13. That is a final. So I tell you what, looking at that, I haven't seen a Monticello score, but with Beckman, they were up big. We could be looking at 9 area teams in the playoffs here tonight. That'd just be outstanding. So check in next week. We'll tell you who we're covering. We will have West Delaware and whoever they play on Wednesday night. John Swisher, I believe, will be doing another game on Wednesday night as there is an injured Viking down on the field.
And am I correct, Jamie, that this stuff will all be ironed out? Sometime later tonight, they'll have the pairings tomorrow morning when everyone gets up. They can go online and check them out.
Absolutely. Brett LaRue, the injured Viking on the play. He just made that reception, big reception for the Vikings. It will. Of course, there's not going to be any bracket. They're just going to decide by that 125 rule, but looking at it, I don't think they're going to stray too far away from us playing that district number 4 with Xavier, Solon, Western Dubuque, and Wahlert. I believe, if West Delaware wins this game tonight, they're probably going to have Wahlert right here on Brown Field Wednesday night, but we'll have to wait and see what the state decides. We're back to action. 1:39 left to go in this ball game. The Vikings come set. Steffen will throw. He throws deep. He's going to overshoot everybody, bouncing at the 10-yard line as he was intended out there for Nolan Heffern. As a couple Hawks, as Max Ridenauer out there on the coverage for West Delaware. Monticello leading 69-28 late in that ball game as the Panthers taking on Northeast Goose Lake. So a win there, a big win for the Panthers, I believe, would put them in. I'm sure I'll get a text message confirming that. As it's 2nd down and 10, 1:29 remaining. The Hawks lead 28-21. Steffen looks to pass. He looks to his left. He's got Hovden in the backfield. He's going to go out to his right, and Hovden's got some room. He's got a couple men to beat, and he's going to go 15-10, 5, touchdown. Jake Hovden, with 1:16 left to go, goes in from 40 yards out, and the Vikings are now 1 point away from tying this thing up. As I believe they are going to send out, the kicking team to tie this thing up. As the Vikings have to win this ball game.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
The Vikings have to win now in order to get in. Got to watch for the fake here because they're coming out in that swinging gate. You never know what's going to happen. You got to be careful here as they're finally going to move the rest of the line over. Now they're going to go to the other side. Go to the other side, Hawks. Go to the other side, Hawks. They're going to fake it, and now they're going to be stuffed in the backfield. No good. They faked the extra point, and it's no good. They pitched it out. They pitched out to the tailback, who was Andrew Sinking, and the Hawks stuff it. Then they lead it 28-27 with 1:16 left to go in this ball game. You could see that coming. They started their swinging gate on the left side. Then they ran everybody to the right side, and those two, they took the snap and tried to run option. The coaching staff was sitting there on the sideline pointing to the opposite side of the field. They knew something was up, and the Hawks stuff it.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to pull you back into the booth. I thought you were going to jump out of the booth and go down there and make the tackle, but you're absolutely right, Jamie. You saw it. You read it perfectly. You knew that they were trying some trickeration there in order to get the 2-point conversion. And so now, the Hawks are going to have to cover up here. I believe they're going to, Decorah is probably going to go with an onside kick, I believe.
They have to at this point.
And so, the Hawks are going to have to get their all-hands team in there and jump on this thing. So.
I told you I'd get a text message. Monticello is in with that win tonight over Northeast Goose Lake. I think I'm ready for this game to be over now. I tell you what, this is Nate to be, Bill on that sideline, he might get mugged after this game. Just everybody going nuts down there. This is intense. 1:16 left to go. It's 28-27 West Delaware. I even forgot to take a break. I mean, geez, we're just flying down here. Is the onside kick likely upcoming here for the Vikings, and it's going to be pulled in. See who the Hawk was that came up and got it. It was like, who else? Brent Lammers on the return for the Hawks. Should seal this thing up. 1:13 left to go. Decorah has all 3 timeouts. Yep. But with 1:13 left to go, the Hawks leading this thing in good shape right now. The Blazers, with a pick 6 by Brett Kleesner with 2 minutes to go, puts Beckman up 38-15. Beckman will finish second to North Fayette in Class 2A, District number 3. So the Blazers will have a first-round home game next Wednesday night.
Hold on to the ball, boys.
Exactly.
Just cover it up.
Lammers comes set. He's going to run it himself. He's got it. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. That's a good first down run, absolutely. As he picks up 5 or 6 there, it'll bring up second down, and the Vikings will take a timeout. We'll take this opportunity to take one as well. We will come right back. You're listening to West Delaware football from KMCH Sports. Well, we tried to catch our breaths there, but we're back. Jamie Vaskey, Aaron Pleen, and Bill Logan, along with in-studio producer Janelle Tucker. We're back. 1:07 left to go in the ball game. West Delaware with a 28-27 lead. A gain of 6 by Brent Lammers on first down brings up second down and 4. He fakes the handoff to Bishop. He keeps it himself. He pushes forward.
First down.
First down at the 40-yard line of Decorah, inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line, and that should do it. Decorah will take another timeout. With 1 minute remaining in this ball game, a gutsy win by this Hawk team on senior night. The celebration of 100 years of West Delaware football, and what a night it has been. The Hawks led 21-14 until Decorah scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, leads with the touchdown.
1:58 left to go, excuse me.
They scored. Yeah, they scored with 4:04 left.
There you go, 4:04.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Lammers comes in and scores with one.
He scored with
2:08. That's
2:08,
right.
Yep.
2:08. The Vikings went down and scored again. Tried the fake extra point with that swinging gate tried option. The Hawks snuffed it out. And I tell you what, they take over here and they've got a first down. 1st and 10 from the Decorah 38-yard line. Tell you what, this has got to be exciting if you're watching at home, because you get that opportunity tonight. What a ball game this has been. Lammers comes set, 1st and 10. He's going to keep it himself. He runs up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 5 more yards there on first down. And there's 55 seconds remaining. 55 seconds remaining, and the Hawks lead at 28-27, and Decorah will take their final timeout of the ball game. Beckman victorious tonight, 38-15. That is a final. Whew. A lot of action here tonight. A lot of area schools doing real well tonight, and that's what you like to see. A strong representation in the playoffs by the area here in Eastern Iowa.
Well, and it's just amazing, Jamie, that on all levels, Class A, 1A, 2A, 3A, you know, they're all the teams that are in this area are just performing fantastically, and it's makes fun for the kids, it makes fun for the coaches and the parents, makes our jobs really fun because we get to see really good quality football and quality individuals and student athletes. So congratulations to all the area teams that do make the playoffs. We wish you nothing but the best in the playoffs, and see how deep we can go, baby.
Victory formation for the Hawks. Lammers will take a knee back at the 35 with 50 seconds remaining in this ball game. I tell you what, all the people that came back for this 100-year celebration got quite a show here tonight.
Well,
absolutely got a show.
They came back for probably the best game of the year. You know, it's Decorah, West Delaware, two storied programs, two programs that are traditionally, you know, at the top of the district and at the top of the class in 3A. And tonight was just the epitome of what the series has become.
Lammers takes another knee, and that's all it's going to take. The Hawks are going to be victorious here tonight on Brown Field, 28-27. The final score here from Brown Field. We will take a break. We will come back and wrap this thing up. We'll talk to Coach Wink, and just a great night. We'll recognize those 12 Hawks seniors here before we sign off. You're listening to West Delaware football. Victorious tonight, 28-27 on Mix 94.7 KMCH. Welcome back to Brown Field as the Hawks victorious tonight, 28-27. And off the air, I tell you what, we got to listen to a little bit of it. The post-game speech by Coach Wink down there, and you know, he said there's no place that they'd rather be than right here, and that's where they're going to play their first football game, as the Hawks are district champs for the first time since the 2011 season. And what a way to finish this thing off as the Hawks do the hokey pokey down there at about the 30-yard line. Their student section awaits as they'll set up a tunnel here for these Hawks to go out. They're excited, and as they should be. This senior class and this junior class together. There's some sophomores on there too, out in that in that huddle. I tell you what, the fans that came out tonight for this ball game were treated to a show, and what a great one it was here tonight on Brown Field. Just an outstanding game, and it went back and forth. It went back and forth, and when it didn't look good, next thing you know, the Hawks, they persevered, and that's that adversity that you have to overcome at certain points in the season, and the Hawks did a great job of that here tonight.
Absolutely, and you know what? As it was winding down, I kept thinking to myself, the difference makers were the seniors on these teams, the Brent Lammers, the Trent Curleys, the Ryan Solomons, at Bombers, Austin Monaghan's, Dallin Puts. Those are the guys, Austin Bishops, those are the guys, the leadership that they provided this year has culminated into what happened here tonight. That's the district championship, and that's the number one seed in the district going into next week's playoffs. And congratulations to the West Delaware Hawks, Coach Winkwich, everybody, and it's just fantastic.
He's going to become a very busy guy here in a little bit. Coach Wink, nobody said it would be easy here tonight, and what an outstanding performance. Scoreless third quarter. Decorah came back and tied it. You guys went ahead, and then they came down again. What a way to finish here this season, this week 9 of this football season. We don't have Coach Wink. Hopefully Bill's going to have to try to get us back hooked up as try to get that thing turned up here real quickly as Coach Wink, we try to get him hooked up. But just an outstanding win here for the Hawks tonight as hopefully we'll catch up with him tomorrow on the coach's corner. And microphone not working for us tonight, so we'll have to hopefully we can get Bill Logan on the horn here. But Coach Wink, like we said, he's going to be a very busy guy here shortly. A lot of players that played under him in attendance here tonight for this ball game, and going to want to talk to him here real shortly. So hopefully we can get Bill on here. I know been having a little technical difficulties with that thing of late, but I heard something click there. Hopefully we can get Bill on here in just a second. The Hawks victorious tonight, however, 28-27. And while we get Bill hooked back up here, let's go through some scores that we have from around the area tonight. As we'll start with John Swisher's scores. We've got them all over. Beckman wins tonight 38-15. Edco wins tonight over Starmont 34-27. That's the first time they beat Starmont since 2007. First trip to the playoffs for the Vikings since 06. They will get that third spot in Class A District number 5. Monticello was leading late in that ballgame 69-28. They will advance to the playoffs. Cascade defeating Anamosa tonight in that ballgame. Cascade over Anamosa 34-13, the final in that one. Western Dubuque winners tonight 49-14. They're in the playoffs. East Buchanan victorious over Easton Valley tonight. The final in that one 23-14. Lisbon defeats Northland 43-20. Lisbon still in the playoffs though, as they will finish in that 4th spot. And the last score we had, Independence was leading 14-0 at halftime. So just a great night for our area schools. I have to count it up here how many we've got going. We've got Independence, West Delaware, Western Dubuque, Beckman, Anamosa, Monticello, Maquoketa Valley, Northland, and Edco. 9 area teams going to the playoffs here this year, and we are not going to be able to get Bill Logan hooked up. It always seems like those Iowa bye weeks are the weeks that we can't get him on the horn here. So we will have to catch up with Bill. You'll hear from Bill and Coach Winkowicz tomorrow morning on the Coach's Corner. We were going to predict a ball game tonight, and it was going to be hosting Central tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think last time we picked those games, I think you were right on the last one when we took Wartburg and Central, as you got the lower points, I think it was. But you're the winner. You were the winner last week.
Sure.
It's a good game. Good game.
Yeah.
As last time you were the winner, so last week in that Iowa game, so you get to go first again. Co and Central.
I think both teams good storied programs, but I think the Co-Hawks at home tomorrow. I'm going to take them. I'm going to go 24-14.
24-14.
Co-Hawks over the Central Dutch.
All right, 24-14. I am going to take Co as well, and I'm going to go Co 31, and the Dutch are going to score 17, 31-17.
All right.
Neither one of us will remember that by the morning, but I tell you what, a great ball game.
We'll remember this one, though.
Well, how could you forget this one? You couldn't forget this one here tonight, as the Hawks victorious tonight over Decorah, 28-27. That is going to do it for us. We'd like to thank the sponsors of West Delaware football on KMCH as we move into the postseason. We'll have many more sponsors for postseason football, volleyball in the KMCH listening area. And with Halloween coming up, that's next week, correct?
Yeah, next Friday.
Next Friday is Halloween. Halloween next week. And we encourage you, when you're out getting that candy, we encourage you to please shop locally. I'd like to thank Janelle Tucker for running the board for us this evening, and most of all, thank you, the listeners. For my partners, Aaron Pleen and Bill Logan, this is Jamie Vasky saying good night from Brownfield in Manchester, Iowa. Once again, the final, the West Delaware Hawks 28 and the Decorah Vikings 27. You've been listening to West Delaware football on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Stay tuned for the area online and playback game of the week, as it was a great one. Starmont hosting Edco in a winner moves on contest. Now with the call of that game, along with Kevin Shookman, here's John Swisher.